Live from the heart of the Duke City, it's time for a great afternoon of sports entertainment talk.
What's up, Jake?
Get ready for in-depth discussions on everything from the court to the field, mixed with the business and culture that orbit the sports world. Whether it's the latest blockbuster trade or the societal impact of sports. 2 Men On, with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson.
Mike Shot.
5.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
It's Monday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? That means he gone.
Adios.
That's the one you're going to go with?
Adios.
There's
I
so
mean, we
many.
live in New Mexico, so I mean, like
Who
it
is-
start off a little Spanish.
Who's he?
Asta, he is him. He
Oh,
is
Great
him.
answer.
Asta La
Culture.
Vista, that one I know from a very culturally sensitive movie called Terminator 2.
Hasta la vista, baby.
He learned
all
it
I
from
know.
John Connor.
Predicting the
Oh.
future.
Yeah.
We're getting close, boys.
Jake Cass is with us. Jake, welcome to the show.
Hi, guys.
Isaiah's back at the studio.
Hello?
Me and Van Nunley, and 3 of the 4 of us are live at Duke City Cages.
Yeah.
Let's go. The intersection of First and Lomas. We're hanging out. Cages are low-key kind of filled up at 4 o'clock, so I'm kind of like, these kids don't have school?
It's going to be rocking in here at 5
Yeah,
o'clock.
like,
School
it's
gets
gonna
out
be-
at like 3 now.
Oh, does it?
Pretty sure that's what I
Shoot.
remember.
That's a good day. Go straight to school, come to Duke City Cages.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, get some rips in.
Yeah, school gets out at 3, but you got to walk uphill both ways to Duke City Cages, Jake.
Yeah, it's better to do your
We
homework
had
at
it
the cages.
Differently in my day.
Now, Isaiah asks, who is he?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Well, he is Eddie Nunez. Eddie Nunez is out as the athletic director at UNM. He's become a Cougar. He's a Coug.
All right. Okay.
Coug.
Out in
I have a
H-Town.
familiarity with Cougars.
Yeah.
Both Houston and Northeast Heights.
Nice.
Oh, that you meant BYU.
No.
Whoa.
No, sir.
I've been a Cougar twice, Southern Illinois and Washington State.
Dang.
I got the apparel, boys. I got it. Also, when I was at Washington State, Cougs, super good. When I was at Southern Illinois, do not say it. Not the nickname. Does not work. I think Cougs works in Houston, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Easily.
go Cougs.
Yeah,
That's
go
big
Cougs.
there.
That's a
Yeah,
big
for
one.
Sure.
Go Cougs.
So Eddie, he gone. So Eddie Nunez is gone. Now, Fred, why would he ever leave? Fred, what's the situation? Fred, here's what I know. Also, on the record, I spoke to Eddie on the phone over the weekend. Off the record, nothing I can really say on air.
Sure.
But I'm going to say, I said good luck to you and your family. And he said, as soon as I need a crappy volleyball announcer, I'll call you.
Yeah.
So I said, well, mid, not crappy,
Sure.
mid. So he is out. I haven't seen the financials on it. And I looked extensively for what they are, so that contract will come out for he with the Houston Cougars eventually. He was making about $400,000 at UNM. You know, and
It's not a bad payday.
well, here in Albuquerque is not bad. In Houston, that doesn't go as
Yeah.
far.
That's like a studio apartment
Yeah,
downtown
that's-
Houston.
And that's some of what you
Well,
need.
I don't know. Texas, they got good.
Yeah,
they got good
it's-
money.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
That's-
Well, so you're talking about income tax stuff.
Yeah.
Now they got weird. They get you in Texas. They get you
Yeah.
a personal property.
Sales tax.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was going to say the rumor was that in Texas you could get the big houses for a decent price.
Oh, out
cheap
in the middle
price.
of nowhere.
out in the middle of
You
nowhere.
can,
yeah.
yeah.
Not in
Okay,
Houston.
so 30-minute drive to Walmart.
Well, hold up. 30-minute drive if there's no traffic.
Sure.
Hour and a half drive if it's any sort of peak hour.
And that's probably just to get halfway through the city.
Yeah, and you can't even see the car in front of you because the truck in front of you is too big. That's how Houston does it. Houston's the worst. Also, if you don't get your license plate changed over right away, get ready for a statey to follow you for
Everywhere.
miles on end. Unacceptable.
You're not wrong.
No.
Yeah. I still have PTSD from visiting back home when I was a driving adult, and it is true.
Well, isn't it true about Houston about like there's like a more mandatory required parking spots like for every commercial business, and that's why it takes everywhere to get anywhere in Houston?
I don't know that exact
Yeah.
fact, but I know they have over 10,000 restaurants in Houston, and that's the largest per any municipality.
Well, at least you will always have somewhere to eat.
And Houston's also a cool place to go because our boy Drake just became a resident of Houston.
Who
so
did?
Maybe that's
Drake?
Drizzy Drake, Aubrey Graham. Maybe that's why
Oh,
Eddie.
you
okay.
lost me. When
You talking
said-
about the guy
Yeah.
from Degrassi?
Yes, that guy.
When you said Jake Drake, I thought that was like someone else,
Mhm.
and then I noticed it was a little stumble.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, at first I was like, "Who's Jake? I'm trying to run this one." So he's what? He's in Houston now.
Well, yeah, I guess he's a resident of Houston, so he chose that city to get his license, and so
Okay.
What,
well,
to practice medicine?
He
What
has
kind of
a
license?
visa, right?
What kind of license?
like
oh,
an actual driver's. It's just an ID.
well, not to be that guy right now, and you can look this up. I believe Houston is also the #1 human trafficking city in the entire country. So Drake being there,
Yeah, for
really
sure.
not that much of a coincidence.
Options unlimited
yeah,
for him
kind
now.
of.
That's
kinda
cool.
sus.
Is Drake the next Diddy?
I don't know about next.
I think
but-
they're both like
parallel.
concurrently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Eddie is out. He's going over to Houston. I mean, we talk about his tenure though, right? So, first of all, going to the Big 12, big deal.
Sure.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. And if you talk about Eddie Nunez and the University of New Mexico, I think the conversation you're going to have about Eddie Nunez and the University of New Mexico is not an early adapter to the NIL.
Right.
Yeah, it took too long.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, the two schools, UNLV, if
Sure.
you're going to raise money, UNLV.
Uh-huh.
And Albuquerque should have been stride for stride with that. Should have been.
Yeah. Where's Facebook at? Where's Netflix at? Where's Intel at?
Those companies aren't in it that way, though. Like, that's what everyone thought originally, right?
Yeah.
Everyone thought, you got a Fortune 100 satellite? We got you. No, it didn't really work like that.
Yeah, they're here for the cheap land.
So do you think that?
Throw a little bit of that tax break money
Let
back
me,
at the university? Huh?
You know, we're about to
On
have
Netflix?
we're about to have a million people here. You need a workforce?
Where's that Avengers Endgame money, Netflix? Huh? How about some for the bows?
Yeah, you know what I
Huh?
just heard?
Hey.
Disney's the #1 rated R movie of all time. Wait, we don't have
Hold on.
Disney. That's the one.
Yeah.
We don't have. That's,
Okay.
So do you guys think the recruiting is going to have a jump now? You think we're going to have more money,
Oh.
less money?
Here?
Well, yeah, because it's like if we know what his, how he felt about NIL, what if the next person's
Hey,
more pro NIL?
I'll say this and I'll be a little critical. If New Mexico could start with not losing its best athletes to other state universities,
Mhm.
that is the start. If your best baseball players don't go to LSU, if your best football players don't go to Michigan, do you want me to finish this?
Keep
You
going.
get
Keep
the
going. Yeah, we
examples.
have all of them.
Like, if you can keep New Mexico talent in New Mexico, you're going to be okay. Like, you're going to be able to be more competitive. But as of right now, they're not just leaving this state to go to the one over. They're leaving this one to go to two over. They're leaving this
Yeah.
one to go to – and
Across the country.
yeah. And I've been an athletic director before in my life. I would say I didn't love it, but I would say I'm aware of it. And I will say this, 8 hours. 8 hours is kind of the max. To recruit a kid outside 8 hours, like drive, like you're talking about an exceptional effort, an exceptional kid. And it is weird that athlete from New Mexico has been willing to travel further than 8 hours for their athletics, for their craft. Like, it's the opposite of other parts of the country.
Well, we got to drive 4 hours to just get out of the state.
Well, sure, but Texas does too.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, we could start to name them, right?
Yeah.
Obviously you have the coast in some areas, so that's tough. But yeah, when you have the options to go east or west or north, unfortunately, a lot of athletes has done that when you can stay right here.
And it'd be easy to try to look at, what could you do better with the town, but also most of the time you don't even really see these athletes out unless they are maybe at a club or something. So maybe it's just you have to think of ways to improve the campus, or NIL money, of course. But
It's
you got to
money.
figure out something that's
It's
more
the
attractive.
NIL money.
It's money.
It's the money.
Keep
Or-
them here by money.
Yeah.
Also,
You get to stay here, have mama's home cooking, and money.
in a cheap route, go get some cool uniforms. Do the Oregon thing. Go get 2 more uniforms. That will bring in more people than you think it will if they
Silver
look at the uniforms and say, "Oh, I would like to wear those."
silver helmets, red tops, red bottoms for the UNM Lobos this weekend against New Mexico State Bobcats. I guess that's going to be cool. Like that's what they do.
Yeah, when I was
Hopefully, it's look good, play good for them.
Yeah.
Because
They're chasing 10.
uphill climb apparently. For
I
the
was playing-
second best D2 school in the country is a 9-point favorite against your Bows, baby.
Wait, we like to be the underdog.
Who's we?
Me as a UNM
Okay, and
alumni.
That's interesting here because no one wants to be the underdog.
Only reason Jake wants the Lobos to be the underdog because he wants that +9
yeah,
at home.
baby.
Yeah.
It's almost like, and I'll be Mr. Sports Conspiracy right now. It's almost like another built-in excuse, though, right, to start the season. It's almost like hey, you only get,
Yeah.
1 win, 2 wins, 3 wins, 4 wins. Oh, Eddie left, right the first, 5 days before the first game. Our athletic,
Oh.
and then there was upheaval, and who's going to be the next guy? Is it Dave Williams? Is it whoever? And it should be, by the way.
Yeah.
Like I think Dave's a fit. I think he's a dude. But there's going to be all that. And it's going to immediately be the Lobo fan that always has a reason why Lobo is or isn't successful. Like they're gonna go to the well on this one.
Sure.
What's interesting? So we think that you said earlier we should keep New Mexico talent in New Mexico.
Sure.
Do you think that in order for us to make this jump, the person that takes over the job should also be from here, or do you think it has to be somebody that has a different perspective?
Gosh. They're gonna call Danny Gonzalez.
I don't know. I think it's hard. Like for La Cueva's best recruit in years. I think his name is Mason Posa. He just signed to Wisconsin, and he's a local kid, and he's the best athlete we've had in New Mexico probably since Alex Bregman.
Okay.
And local kids, they want to get out of here. They don't want to stay in New Mexico. They have, bigger aspirations and dreams. And, the sell that's hard is keeping them here for another 4 years.
I don't know what bigger means.
Yeah.
I get in a weird one. Like Houston is a city that has a bunch of universities. I mean, a bunch.
Yeah.
Like it has maybe more than anywhere else in the country. Houston is not known as a university city.
Sure.
Albuquerque is not known as a university city. It's got a big university. Like a lot of the cities built around it. But as you talk about the city of Albuquerque, you don't talk about its university.
Well, UNM as like a research school is top notch.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah.
Anderson is impressive.
Right.
Like it's wildly impressive.
Shout out my alumni.
But to his credit, Jake, you said he was a running back?
Linebacker.
Oh, he's a linebacker. Okay.
They build those in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he was a running back, for sure, it's a big deal to go to Wisconsin.
I mean, those two position groups are Wisconsin specialty.
Also, the best athletes in high schools aren't running backs anymore. Like they're like, let me go play somewhere else.
Yeah, you're a linebacker.
Yeah, let me.
It's all about the line now.
At what?
Backer.
Football.
Oh, I thought you meant money line.
No. Oh, I mean, I know I talk a lot of gambling.
Yeah.
I think there's more to the psyche of like keeping your good student athletes, because if you're young, you want to travel the world. You want to get away from the only thing you've ever known. Like if you grow up a Lobo fan and like you've always wanted to play for the Lobos, please keep that kid here. But a lot of them, like I grew up, I didn't have, I am from Houston, and I can go at great length to how much Houston sucks, and I can go at great length at how awesome Houston is. But I grew up in Houston. I didn't have University of Houston Cougar jackets.
Nope.
I had Miami Hurricane jackets. It's like if you're a kid, like you see something that's different than what you're used to, you latch onto it. So I think a lot of these student athletes want to go to the colleges they idolize when they're playing college football 25 or whatever.
I had a talk with one of my professors when I was at UNM, and we were talking about how like nobody wears UNM gear on the campus. You see a lot of other universities because, like that's probably where they have bigger ambitions to try to get there one day.
Well, I went to a huge college. Like Washington State University is a gigantic, at the time, Pac-10, now Tupac or whatever. They just gave you stuff.
Sure.
Like every day there was an event on the mall where it was, here's a free t-shirt, here's do 10 push-ups and the Army will give you a sweater or whatever. Like that stuff was every single day.
And that's only the first week at UNM.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
Well, and then you have to be persistent and be present with it. And like Isaiah was saying, and I think you were hinting at it, maybe a lot of the friends of the show would agree with, is if you don't have the student culture around doing those things, because, again, commuter college.
Yeah. Like tailgates, for example, we went to the tailgate and maybe we went to a quarter of the game.
Well, that's not super unique, though. That's kids do that.
Yeah.
Like that's. Yeah, I mean, if you do want to stick it out, like for an entire game, you got to have a team that's in the mix.
Yeah.
In UNM, at least in the football program, for all the years I've been working in radio, not in the mix.
Yeah, and there should be a certain amount of pride for like the university you go to, right? Because I know Albuquerque and the state of New Mexico, has a ton of pride for our city, our state, our region, our food, our balloons, our chili, our culture. Like there's a lot of pride in Albuquerque and surrounding areas in northern New Mexico, really all over New Mexico. But the same passion isn't for the University of New Mexico Lobos. And I think, I know I'm painting with the broad brush here. There's somebody in traffic right now yelling at the radio.
Loving the Lobos.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I will agree that some of, I mean, maybe not the best sport moments of my life, but of recent year have been in the pit.
Yeah, the
For
pit
sure.
is awesome.
UNM
Exactly.
basketball versus
Yeah.
New Mexico State is
And
a really
the baseball
special
program,
thing.
too.
Hey, the
That gets-
baseball program slaps. Go ahead, Isaiah.
Yeah, that gets to the next point I was going to say, and it's easy to gloss over it, and it's like it seems like a very broad term to say, well, they have to do better and be a better team to get people more involved. But another thing that goes into that is a lot of this is like player fit. So you think about it, there's sometimes a player who truly wants to win, or say he truly wants to be in a good fit system scheme wise. Maybe he doesn't like the way that team is headed in the future, so that's why he chose a different
This
school.
is the first. I agree with you completely. This is the first time in the time I've been in radio here in Albuquerque. Obviously, Danny Gonzalez beforehand, who is what, a townie, who is what, able to go into the living rooms here. This, I have no doubt in my mind, there is a student athlete right now saying, I'm not interested in playing for a guy with this core set of beliefs. I am not interested in playing for, and I'm not talking football concepts.
Sure.
I'm talking everything else that surrounds it. And this is this happens around the country. You know, this happens all the time. It's tough to take some of these really talented athletes out of the South and put them in schools in the New England area, put them in schools in the West
Right.
Coast, because it's two different worlds.
Mhm.
Also, that's why all those schools in the Sun Belt stay so very good.
Yeah.
Because they keep all those athletes there.
And I think, that's more of a selling point for the younger generation now of who you're playing for, not
Yeah.
what you're playing for.
Let's do this. Let's go away so we can come back. And when we do, we'll continue this conversation because number one, it's prudent. And number two, I think I am going to make mention of something really interesting me. Something really interesting me about these call lines, which is, Isaiah, are we giving away anything this week?
Not that I know of.
Are
but
you
also,
look, though? Double check because I need to know.
Okay, I'll double check, but we don't want to keep Mr. Forrest Stolting waiting too long here either. 'cause
Oh, he's
here
with
in
us?
Studio. He is with me in studio today. So
Okay, noted
we're
on
gonna have
that.
Say
Forrest
hi.
on there also.
Well, we can say hi to Forrest, and I'll also say hi to new friend of the show, Will. Met a friend of the show here at Duke City Cages before you two
Oh, how
late
great.
losers decided to show up to the program.
Okay, well, I'm
Hey, I was second.
coming from a thing or whatever.
It's not a competition.
Isaiah, on a little on-air production. When is Forrest joining us?
Your call. Next segment.
All
Two
right.
segments.
Yeah, whenever we get back from the break, we'll touch base with Forrest Stolting. They got a big week on the road. Do the Ice Tubs Bud Home Run Derby X is this Friday.
Yeah.
And then we'll circle back to this Lobos conversation because as we've had the phone lines open ample over the course of the last week and two, it's not like we're fielding a lot of calls about Lobos football.
Mhm.
You know, it's not like it's on the
No.
forefront of conversation. And if you're a lot of people listening to this show, college football just snuck up on you after a 7th-month hibernation. Like it's this weekend? You're going
Week
to hear
0,
that.
baby.
Yeah, you're going to hear that from a lot of people. Whenever we get back, it's Forrest Stolting. The boys are live at Duke City Cages. Also, we're only 45 minutes, boys, away from 5 o'clock, which is our teller hour.
Yeah,
And
baby.
we're going to have a lot of fun during that because it's going to be that kind of weekend recap. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. We're all.
play. We came to 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 play.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're live at Duke City Cages, but not with us, but live is Forrest Stolting back at the studio. Forrest is the Albuquerque Isotopes. Forrest, welcome. How are you, brother?
Good, man. How about y'all?
Everything is okay in our world as we are listening to kids enjoy and play baseball. Speaking of cages, I know a lot of the local participants in Home Run Derby X have been in and out of here at Duke City Cages, getting ready for this big one on Friday night. What is the anticipation around the ballpark, my friend? How excited are the Isotopes personnel and the fans that are going to be in attendance?
Oh, it's building, man. We have a lot of tickets sold already. We're looking to pack the park on Friday. I know MLB is really excited for the event. Obviously, we're one of 4 locations to host this event this year. So I know MLB is really excited to bring the Home Run Derby X to Albuquerque. So I know everywhere on the ballpark, we're getting ready today. Some signage went up today. Some folks from MLB were arriving today. Everybody should be in town tomorrow. The players should be in town on Thursday morning. So things are building and heading in the right direction, that's for sure.
Forrest, where do friends of the show go to get tickets for the Home Run Derby X on Friday?
Yeah, so they can go to apqisotopes.com. They either see on the media wall a big Home Run Derby X graphic. You can click on that. Or to get more information, you can go to the HRDX webpage at apqisotopes.com. Just go under the left tab that says tickets and promotions, and you'll see the Home Run Derby X. Just click that, and you'll get all the information you need about the event on Friday.
Also, I know we have a couple of them in our reserve, boys, so we're going to be giving them away throughout the week, so make sure you're tuned in to us. Is Home Run Derby X. This is like a can't miss one, Jake. And I know how you are about FOMO.
Oh, I have a lot of FOMO because I have a shift scheduled that night. So I will sadly not be able to watch.
Get the baseball flu.
Yeah, I think I might.
Yeah, super smart.
I'm already feeling it right now. Forrest, remind me some of the headliners in this Home Run Derby and for the friends of the show, too.
Total. Yeah, so the biggest name of them all is 12-time All-Star. He hit 555 home runs in his major league career. That's none other than Manny Ramirez. He's the biggest MLB player that's going to be here. We got Johnny Gomes joining him. We got Ian Desmond. We have Ryan Zimmerman. So a lot of long playing careers amongst those 3. I think 3 or 4 World Series champions as well, a number of Silver Sluggers. We also have Jocelyn Allo who'll be playing. She's the all-time NCAA home run softball leader. We have Andrea Howard, who is UNM's own home run leader as well from Albuquerque. Then also 4 local participants as well. Rob Stratton, who is a former Isotope.
Stud.
Big. He's going to hit some big bombs, man. He is jacked. I cannot wait to see how far he hits the ball come Friday night. We got Jared Gay, who's living in Albuquerque now, went to ENMU. We have Gene Trujillo, who's a current Lobo right now on the baseball team, and also Jared Mang, who played for the Lobos through 2016 and 2019. So a stacked lineup of big, heavy hitters.
Well, and I, Forrest left the resume a little slim on some of these guys.
Totally. By all means.
Because Stratton is a see-ball, hit-ball guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's his entire life, no matter what he's playing. And Jared Gay also played at Adams State, where if we're talking about guys who have hit the ball at elevation, like, that's what we're talking about.
This is what he does.
Yeah,
in the Pecos League in Santa Fe.
Yeah, and also in the Pecos League. I mean, he's a dude who knows how to hit it through thin air, and it disappears in thin air.
When he was at the tryout, he hit some majestic, long flying home runs that were just, a few hundred feet in the air. It was a thing of beauty to watch in person. I can't wait to see him hit it on a stage as well from third base.
Forrest Stolting with us. He makes the Isotopes go around, talking about Home Run Derby X this weekend. Okay, Forrest. So you got the big event. It's the one. I know there's been soccer. There's the teams on the road. There's a ton going on. Do you put up like a time-lapse camera? Like, is there going to be a way for us to see like this thing being built in the park and soccer coming down and the stage going up? Like is the Isotopes going to give that to me?
We'll see. I mean, I think it's a great idea to have a little time-lapse of the stage being built and all the other, pieces of the puzzle need to be put in on for Friday night. I mean, because the stage, I think, is in 2 pieces. They got to wheel it in from the back side of the left field area. They're going to have like this roped off area in the outfield where players can stand to catch those fly balls that you can get points for. They got to bring in their own foul pole for left field. They're going to set up a few stages in the foul pole area for their commentators and for interviews with the media as
It's like
well.
a Taylor Swift concert.
I know.
There's a little bit of
Well,
everything that's going to
When
be
Manny
put up,
Ramirez
man.
comes to town.
Yeah, when
we're in our
Oh,
Manny
yeah.
era.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And seeing some of the graphics that have been put up over the past few days in preparation for it, they are super cool looking as well. So it's going to be Home Run Derby X out
All right,
on Friday night.
Not Jake, but Van and I. Tell us exactly when you need us to be there on Friday and exactly what we're doing. Go.
So I think you're going to be doing your show
Let's go.
on the concourse, is what I'm told. So we're really excited to have you all on site for that. I'm sure y'all will be able to come down to the media zone as well and get some interviews with players as soon as they come off the stage from their round as well. So it should be a lot of fun for your listeners come the following week to get their reaction right after hitting some bombs.
This is not the event, loyal listeners, friend of the show, to pull your Land of Manana crap. There's not a lot. There's not a lot of tickets left. Young Casio, look at this seating arrangement.
Oh, it's a lot.
How many blue dots do you see?
I counted
Not a lot.
about
Not a lot
50.
left. You better hurry up and get your tickets, guys.
For sure, yeah. And I think, in my personal opinion, the home run zone is the best place to be because, one, you're going to get peppered with about 200 home runs hit the entire night. So you better bring your glove out there. You're going to get constant action from start to finish. We're also giving away rally towels with the Home Run Derby X logo on it and the Isotopes logo as well to everybody in the home run zone. And we're giving out 3,000 Manny Ramirez Mariachis jerseys as well with his name on the back, his iconic number 24 as well. So you have a chance to get a Man Ram jersey, a rally towel, and catch a fly ball from an MLB legend if you get in that home run zone. So that, to me, is the best place to be throughout the entire night, nonstop action. You better get your tickets before they're gone.
Now, are those ridiculously oversized, like extra large gloves permitted in the home run zone?
Good question.
You know, because that's kind of an unfair advantage right there.
I mean, I don't see why not. If you're smart enough to bring one, by all means. I mean, get as much diameter in your glove as you possibly can.
Now, I bought one of those really long nets on a pole band, the one that the Coyote used to use to try to catch the Roadrunner.
Just use your fling golf
and what
stick.
Animal Control uses now.
Yes, that's. Hey, you like Forrest. I know you will appreciate this because you're also into hybrid golf style games.
Of course.
This past weekend, Van and I were playing in a little scramble, a charity scramble golf tournament, and I was flinging it with my fling golf, and Fling Golf's official Instagram liked,
I saw that,
rereeled, and commented. So that's basically like the PGA, really. You know, so
you made it.
It's the next big thing. Yeah, it's the next big thing in golf.
Yeah,
sure.
like I know disc golf's never paid attention to Forrest's ponytail.
Oh, of course not. Why would they? I can only throw 450 feet, so it's no big deal at all there.
How far can you fling?
I mean, with a roll, maybe like 200 yards.
Ooh, so like 400
Okay.
With a really heavy downhill roll.
With a roll.
So how many balls did you use in your scramble?
One?
No, like how many were playable?
Oh, a bunch.
Oh, we did a few.
Good.
Yeah, his approach shots obviously didn't use him out of the tee box.
Yeah.
We'll get that one. We'll get that one out of the way.
Van can hit a ball.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, didn't use him out of the tee box, but like approach and fringe game, very strong.
And I hit like an 18-footer like to end the entire thing. Like I'm a stud. I'm a stud of all studs.
You hold out?
Don't worry about me.
He's one putt.
Nice.
How was your anything but a bat this weekend? How'd that go?
It was interesting. So interesting.
that.
Yeah. So it didn't happen.
Oh, what happened?
Good question.
We were triple booked.
Yeah. So so we and the enthusiasm was there. The execution was not. So we are excited for a little more build on the when Home Run Derby X returns next year.
Correct.
After
There we
having
go.
such a good event this year. Final words for us before we cut you loose.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to want to come down to Isotopes Park Friday, August 23rd, abqisotopes.com. You got to, and also if you want a great deal, a howl of deals, what we're calling it, we're partnering with UNM on this.
Ooh.
For $20, $20 here, you get one ticket to HRDX, one ticket to the UNM football home opener the next day, and one ticket to one of the 12 remaining Isotopes games of 2024 for only $20.
Hey, no offense to that plan, but Eddie ran you through the ringer before he quit. Because that's all exploiting the Isotopes. Like Eddie said, listen, worst deal of all time. I'm out of here. I gotta go. No, that's awesome for you guys. That's such a good partnership over there because that's the sports centric corner of this city.
Right.
Exactly.
You know, and for you guys to come together on stuff is awesome. It's
And,
an
with,
awesome
and with,
thing.
with that ticket, you'll be sitting in the Howl Zone, which is sections 108, 110, 112. And you can be cheering on your Lobos because you have 4 teams: Isotopes, Green Chili Cheeseburgers, Mariachis, and, of course, the Lobos as well. So their pep band's going to be there, some cheerleaders. The baseball team will be there giving out some stuff as well. So it's just going to be a great event to support your Lobos and your Isotopes.
Boris, thank you so much.
Of course, thank y'all. Have a great day.
I like that. I like that a lot. Good job by Forrest.
Yeah, great job.
Yeah, did a really good job.
I'm stoked for Friday. It's going to be a blast.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm already calling out.
Calling what?
Do it now.
No, calling
who are
out
you
of
gonna
work.
call
Of
out?
work.
Of work.
Jared Gay, you're going to call him out?
No, I'm in the Gay Mafia.
Same.
Team strat,
There we
baby.
go, there we
Not
go.
going to
Okay.
give you knuckles on that. That's
Okay.
the stupidest thing of all time. When we get back from the break, we do continue our conversation about the UNM Lobos and everything that surrounds it. It's a little early to say who we think the new athletic director will be, but we can do some conjecture as well.
Okay.
And breaking news.
Breaking news from Isaiah
We
Johnson.
have 4 different days. We have tickets for 4 different days of Isotopes next week, including Home Run Derby.
So we have Home Run Derby tickets to give away,
Yes.
and we have Isotopes tickets to give away.
Yes.
All right, can you get the dates on those Isotopes tickets?
Yes.
And then
coming
what
after
we
the
will
break.
do is we will give away Home Run Derby X tickets at 5 o'clock.
I like that.
Deal.
It's
Let's do
going to
that.
go well. Now, Isaiah, you come up with a cool giveaway game because yes.
Okay.
2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On, live from Duke City Cages. We were laughing with Forrest Stolting last segment, talking a little bit about that fling golf, appreciation I got as the most preeminent fling golfer in the entire state of New Mexico and probably the Southwest region. With that said, in this social media post we put up where fling golf gave us a fair amount of attention, the video starts out with just like a hard zoom on an Albuquerque Dukes hat.
Correct.
So I'm outside. I'm wearing a Dukes hat. Like I'm not going to be in the sun.
Right.
That's ludicrous. And I have the super good blue and silver Dallas Cowboy colored one. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
So anyway, so we do the slow pan away, like we're pulling away from it, and then I just
Launch that guy.
fling one. So anyways, so
You look like Uncle Rico throwing a football over a
that's
mountain.
what I'm saying.
You left out your perfectly timed head nod. As soon as you gave the head nod is when the zoom out started. It was like a perfect. It's like in
Yes,
unison.
it was a perfect social media post. We all get it. We all know that's the thing.
That wasn't the head nod for the camera to move. That was the head nod to know it's game time.
That's
you
what it
want
was.
fling
I
time.
was punching in.
Yeah,
That's what
if
it
you
looked
want to
like.
get eyes on it, at Talk ABQ
Right.
on Instagram.
Well, and the only
Judge
reason,
it for yourself.
yeah, and here's the only reason I even make like reference about it is because Fling Golf, the official entity, I mean, they call me the Duke. Like they're like the Duke,
The Duke.
and I
The
go,
Duke of Fling
they
Golf.
know,
Mhm.
they know Albuquerque Dukes because that's that brand, my friend.
It's a
Albuquerque-
worldwide brand.
It's a worldwide brand.
So is Fling Golf a worldwide game?
Yeah. So look at that. We just now need an official Fling Golf partnership.
Producer of Dirty Boys Present Filling the Holes, known fling golfer Fred Slow,
That's me.
will be on the program eventually.
We'll
But you're going to have to listen every Saturday morning at 8
So you know when
for
he
all
is
of
on.
your golf and fling golf talk. on the Filling the Holes.
Isaiah Van and I did going over this past weekend, my wrestling-centric talk show.
Uh-huh.
And the amount of text and social media we got that was, welcome back to the weekend, boys. We were like, how long has it been? We haven't been on the weekend in 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, they're like,
It's been a long
how
time.
long has it been? Like, it's been a while.
Rave reviews.
So funny. Well,
And
you know,
friends of the show, call in. Tell me your favorite ballpark food.
what are we
ballpark
talking about
food,
right
okay.
now? You just want that
At
right
5
now?
o'clock.
Yes, we're gonna. No, we have. We're gonna do it at 5, huh?
Yes.
Oh, okay, but what is it? 5?
Okay, so at 5 o'clock, we're gonna give away the Isotope ballpark tickets, the Home Run Derby X. We got a
Oh.
4-pack.
Oh,
A 4-pack?
A 4-pack.
So you're giving away 4Z to the
Yes.
to Home Run Derby X this Friday at ISO Spark at 5 o'clock, and you
Yes.
need friend of the show to call in and tell them they're what?
Your favorite ballpark food.
Okay, I like that
Well,
one.
that's not even a question. That's
Yeah.
just a statement.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
knows the answer to that. We'll all say it on 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Tell her hot
Beer.
dog.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off.
So obviously we're talking about callers, right? We're talking about callers. We're talking about friends of the show who text or social media outlet or what connect with us, right? And I'm gonna shoot you guys as straight as I can shoot you guys. The last 6 weeks since training camp started, I don't know if we could find a UNM Lobo update request.
I saw
insider
one
thing
video.
for us.
Yeah, for the UNM Lobos. I saw one video.
Like from them, because no one's inquiring with us, and that's what I'm saying. There has not been an outcry for Lobo update,
Yeah.
and I feel, and I'm not trying to be difficult to the Lobos here, but you have a fan base that has been just so beaten down, and is afraid to even pretend like they see an oasis in the desert of losing
Mhm.
that they have lived in for decades now, that they refuse to get excited. They flat out will not allow themselves to get up for what should be the most exciting Saturday we've had this entire 2024. Like, it's wild to me.
This puts them in a good in a very unique. I won't say good position.
No,
a
it's not
unique
good.
Position.
No.
It's a unique position, right? Because it seems like there's no momentum at all because there isn't any, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they turn this into, now say they win, then it's almost like the win is even more shocking than it would have been had there already been the hype. So then maybe the turnout.
So is it more shocking, or is it a D2?
A good
No
D2.
matter how good they are in D2, pretty legendary program in D2.
FCS.
Yeah.
FCS.
Whatever. Yeah, who cares?
Well, I was
Well,
hoping
Lobos are still 118 out of 132.
It's not last.
If Montana State, a good point, Jake. If Montana State was D1, where would they be?
Well, they're about to be 117 after
Significantly
Saturday.
higher than 118. It looks
below
like,
South Dakota State.
Okay.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Also, I think South Dakota State is FCS, right?
Didn't they move up?
Oh, did they move up?
Yeah.
That's news to me if they moved up. But here's why I shouldn't know that, because it's South Dakota State.
Sure.
And I'm telling you, like, this is not 2015, the Lobos over Boise State. This is not that. This is you should beat the Montana State Billings University Bobcats of Eastern and Western Montana, Yellowstone, Kevin Costner.
The only reason why I know anybody on the UNM football roster now is because of College Football 25.
Because the players' names are there?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I think that's true for a lot of fan bases. But
I know basketball is a way different sport, but I had hoped that maybe just as far as, within the city, that their success, some of it would steamroll over. And that's why I do think that, even if it is against a D2, win this one. What if they win by 3 touchdowns, right? Win by 3 touchdowns and then try to build that momentum.
who wins?
Yeah, which
The Lobos.
whom?
Yeah, you're
Win.
using pronouns.
Yeah.
They is Montana State Billings, according to the odds makers.
We'll say the Lobos win by 3 touchdowns. Then the second game, everyone may still be scared, but they'll be watching. You win that second game, and then all of a sudden you have just Albuquerque might be chirping again. But that's the only way to get it going.
It would be fun. What you're describing would be a fun
It would be
thing.
super fun. Albuquerque would be very, very fun.
Let me
if they
do
win
let
the
me
first
do
2
this.
games.
Hey, the trauma survivors that are UNM football over the last several decades.
Yeah.
Is fun a word that you use? 505-246-0610.
The tailgates, those are fun.
Are those football fans or tailgate fans?
Also, are we like
Tailgate fans.
Eddie Nunez leaving the University of New Mexico was within 48 hours of Vegas releasing the line on their home opener?
Gosh.
I don't, coincidence?
Hey,
maybe.
See if they changed the line after he left.
Yeah, it's we're plus 18 now.
We'll do
Like
it.
when you schedule a cream puff to start your season, like a auto W.
Yeah, is Montana
Yeah.
State paying us?
That's a good point. Do they get a cut of nacho sales?
Those deals are always weird too.
Hey, at least the Lobos are going to Auburn this year, so
What do you mean at least?
Oh.
that's payday.
It's
True.
not what it used to be
Uh-oh.
though, because now that
Yeah.
We got a
NIL
Lobo
exists,
fan.
we got a what?
We got a Lobo.
Oh, you
fan
found
on
the
line.
one? We'll see if they're willing to sit through the commercial. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Dis- It's hot.
Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're live from Duke City Cages. You know, we need to be real transparent here with friends of the show. We're only speaking in facts.
Mhm.
Like, I want the UNM Lobo football team to go undefeated, and I want them to win every game on the final possession. And I want, by the end of this season, there to be, you know, standing room only over at the stadium. I want for all that stuff. It's not realistic, but I want that.
Yet.
What's it going to take?
We've been yelling from the top of the Sandias for years now that this is money stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta beg, borrow, and steal whatever you need to do to get more money into the program to buy better players.
Well, if you're the program, do anything. I'm not going to name former athletes right now. Do anything to get your former athletes to endorse you. If you can get the names that are so recognizable, you don't have to explain who they are.
Sure.
To say a positive thing about you.
Yeah.
That would be a cool move.
Yeah.
The one recognizable
There's
UNM
more than
logo?
one, but there's one significant one.
Yeah.
Are you talking about new athletic director Brian Erlacher?
Oh, that'd be
that'd be crazy.
Yeah, because he wouldn't take it.
Yeah.
No. Because he didn't have the passion for it right now. He didn't have the passion for that school.
Or he could be like a president, you know, like just the face of the thing, and like have a bunch of people work hard for him to do the actual work. Just have him be the face of the program,
Have
the
him
face
be
of
a
the school,
symbol.
and then like get some
700K.
really good assistants.
700K. He's here.
Who?
Erlach.
No, he makes more than that.
See, and you know,
He
I
makes
think,
more than that from his hair club endorsements.
Yeah,
I think the thing with UNM is, you know, especially with the football team, everybody's like, keep the talent in New Mexico. I say go after California, Arizona, and Texas 1 and 2
Doug,
stars.
I'm telling you, though, athlete from California who's D1 level. I'm not talking a JUCO guy who played 2 years and is trying to figure it out. There is not an athlete in the coast of California that's going to fly out of California, past Nevada, past Utah, past Arizona, past Colorado often to get here. Like, that's not going to happen.
That's why you got to go to them.
No, brother.
They will come here
This isn't NCAA 25.
Send the house.
for money.
He's used some more
God.
recruiting points. What's the big deal?
It
No,
don't
must be more
work
mileage.
like that. But who they will get, all the second chance university kids.
Last chance you.
Don't know what that is, but if it's the same thing, yes. I want them to win games. Last year, I wanted them to win games. The year before that, I wanted them to win games.
Especially the first one.
I want a national championship.
As long as they just pull a Kamala Harris and, like, don't go back, like, okay. Like, anything forward. Anything forward. That's what I want.
A bowl appearance would be nice.
Oh, my God. You are 3 years off, my man.
Sure.
The program's not there.
I don't know if it will.
It's 5 o'clock whenever we get back. Isaiah's opening up the phone lines. He's giving away Home Run Derby X tickets also because it's fun to. We're going to talk about Prize Picks, my success over the weekend, and how you can get on board. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
He's
Nice shot.
Welcome back to the program. The boys are at Duke City Cages. Isaiah's giving away Home Run Derby X tickets. You call Isaiah and you tell him your, what was it, least favorite ballpark food? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Mr. Ricky Rodriguez called in.
Oh, he jumped the gun?
What?
He did
Hey.
jump the gun, and it's 501, right?
Yeah, in his defense, it's 501.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to your defense, you did say 5.
Yep.
All right, so Double R is in. He's
Yes.
taken he and 3 of his closest family members or friends to Home Run
Yes.
Derby X this Friday.
He says the kids are going to have fun, and his favorite ballpark food are Glizzies.
Oh, good answer.
Classic.
Now, did you tell him he has to stop by and see us on the concourse? Because Van and I get paid in high fives.
Yeah.
Did you
Ah.
communicate that?
Well, I'm sure he's listening, so
Okay.
now he knows.
Yeah.
because I did
Well,
not.
that's the thing. He's
Or
currently
he listens just long enough to win
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then he turned it off.
call everyone to be
And then he watches
braggadocious.
reruns of The View.
Well, he's actually he's won a few other things from us.
Ah.
I would
Oh,
guarantee
congrats.
Okay.
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah, he's a friend of the
Yeah,
show.
repeat
Now-
Also,
offender.
Zay, for future reference, we just do first names here
Yeah.
on the show.
that's
Yeah,
right.
just first names.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because
That's right.
Rio Rancho is right next to us. A lot of witness protection out there.
Mhm.
A lot of
Hey,
witness
well, we
protection.
don't talk about my mouth.
Yeah.
We don't need Ricky's ex-wife knowing exactly where he's at on
Mhm.
Friday night. We don't need to
Oh.
put that out there.
Okay.
That's not the life
No.
for him.
Hey, it's me,
No.
Ricky Two Thumbs,
Well,
Rio Rancho, New Mexico.
Yeah, you know, hey, work on Friday.
I'm not coming in.
I'm real sick, you know. And then they know now.
You're impersonating my call that
is
I'm doing
correct.
for my
Yes,
job.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you weren't in sanitation.
Yes.
You weren't in sanitation.
It's called waste management.
Quit wearing the pinky ring. You're exposing yourself.
Yeah. But I need it. It helps me balance my hand when I drive.
It helps keep the cigar in my hand so I don't have to
Yeah.
hold it.
You think this is for looks? It's function, my friend.
Functional only. This is Lucky Luciano's ring.
Good name.
Lucky Luciano.
Yeah.
It's mobster names. I think are some of my favorite
Today's
out there.
I-9 varsity.
Yeah.
Oh.
The I-9
Let's do
varsity of mobster names. Man, you write that down. I don't have a
I got
I
you.
don't have paper.
Oh, Van can't wait for this one.
Yeah.
Well, so the History Channel is coming out with a new series about the history of the 5 families, and it has been riveting to watch.
I don't know what the 5 families are. No spoilers.
What platform is it on?
The History Channel.
History Channel.
You
All
can
right.
watch it on YouTube.
I'm super into this.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll shoot you a link.
Free advertisement for our friends at the History Channel.
I'm a big
Heavy on
History Channel cat. What's that, Isaiah?
I was gonna say heavy on the free. Right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna get
that's
in
that's
trouble.
his thing. All right, prize pick promo code KNML. That's KNML, the call letters of this station, KNML. You put that in your prize picks, and we will match your initial deposit up to $100, and you'll be able to play
First time deposit.
first time. That is correct. I said initial, but first time is similar. And they will match it up to $100. Obviously, we encourage everyone to do $69.69.
Naturally.
So that Prize Picks knows that we're listening. But now I text you guys some big wins from this past weekend.
Yeah, you're crushing it this weekend.
I'm back dialed in on the fantasy on the Prize Picks for preseason football, boys.
Okay.
Preseason football has become my golden goose.
And you only got one more week of it.
Yes, but then I have regular football, which I'm an expert at.
Perfect.
I know more about betting on losers than anyone who claims they know about betting.
Yeah, you bet on me.
All the time. Well,
Well,
yeah,
You're not wrong.
strike one.
yeah.
So I got, in my opinion, boys, some picks for tonight. Are you ready
Okay.
for this?
Fired up.
All right, so I'm going to set a lineup. Keep in mind, all right, here. So my initial deposit, I'm just going to give you guys some numbers. I just need to validate how good I am at this. So I have come out of my own pocket $0, period.
Mhm.
Okay? We were fortunate here on the show to start with a $100 credit from the Prize Picks for us to get going. I have 30 times that. Like, things are going okay.
I had to do that math real quick. Good job.
Okay. I don't want to tell you to only do baseball goblins today,
Those are my favorites.
but there's a lot of them out there that look really good. Van, what's jumping out to you tonight?
Well, I just had to update my app, so I'm just coming in right now.
Oh, okay, you're a little
But
late.
you
to the
know
game.
I'm like a
Same.
pitcher
same.
strikeout aficionado.
That's your deal.
And Trevor Rogers versus the Jake's Mets tonight. More Goblin 2.5 pitcher strikeouts. He will strike out
You have
3 Mets in his sleep.
You have 4 minutes to do that, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, get in now.
Well, I like the Gunnar Henderson 1.5 hits, runs, or RBIs.
Young Guns,
Yeah.
he's fantastic.
Been on fire.
He's usually a 2.5 guy.
Yeah, it's 1.5 today.
Giving it away.
I do like that too. Also, if you want to jump over to MLB Live, which is my new favorite thing, Houston's, now you help me out here, Van. UC Kikuchi?
You say.
Kikuchi. Take the less on 4.0 pitcher strikeouts in the first, second, and third. That is a lot of strikeouts in the first 3 innings, and I don't see Boston striking out that many times.
Pitcher Whisperer, the Houston Astros organization, kind of turned his season around.
Yeah.
But I also agree. That's too many strikeouts for 3
It's
innings.
the best part of the lineup. The first 6 guys, and also, I mean, there's no DH. I mean, there's no pitchers. All that stuff.
Sure.
But to me, take that one. Take the less for sure. I also don't like Joe Boyle for the Oakland Athletics going up against Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
He has 3.5 pitcher strikeouts in the first 3 innings. Take the less on that. Taj Bradley with Tampa Bay, vice versa, versus Oakland. 3.5 strikeouts. Take the less on that. And then Michael King with San Diego. They're going up against Minnesota. The Twins don't whiff the way that it's currently being projected here. 3.5 strikeouts over the first 3 innings. So I'm taking the less on all those boys.
I like the more on Michael King's Goblin for the whole game.
Yeah.
5.5 pitcher strikeouts. He has hit that in 5 straight starts. So that's one Goblin lock for you right there.
That's a good one.
Now, you know what I really like is a first inning run allowed, a.k.a. a Nerfy.
Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah. Carson Fulmer and Seth Logo of the Angels and the Kansas City Royals.
Royales with cheese.
I'm going to say there's going to be a score run because
so it's a Yerfy, not a Nerfy.
yeah, it's a Yerfy.
Yerfy.
Yeah, I'm saying yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have a personal vendetta with Seth Logo.
Because he ran away from your Metropolitans.
Yeah, and he sucked on the Mets, and he's actually doing all right with Kansas City.
Yeah, he's a stud now.
Yeah, it's so crazy when players leave the Mets how they get decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a culture thing. Who knows? But for the guys that stick around and fight through the grit, that's a real ball player.
No.
Nah.
Like
No.
Francisco Lindor,
Hard no.
who's turned his whole season around.
His whole season?
Yeah.
You don't turn a season around unless it's the playoffs.
Well, we as in the Mets
Okay.
might make it. We're 2 games out of it.
Maybe because Atlanta is,
Yeah.
everyone in the Braves is getting hurt.
Yeah, and sometimes I pray late at night, and I don't.
For injury?
No,
that's awful.
No,
not for
grow up.
injury.
For season-ending injury.
No,
Oh,
Career-ending injury.
for just a little luck. to
Say
sprinkle-
injury. Say it. You pray for harm to becometh others.
There's a difference between being hurt and being injured. Okay.
What does that mean here?
Just sometimes you got to use the choice word when praying to the big
All
man.
your choice words when it comes to sports are cliche phrases you heard in Disney movies based around sports.
I never watched a lot of Disney movies.
Yes,
If
you
you're-
did.
If you're hurt, you need grit, right? If you're injured, then you're not able to really go
Like
forward. It's the
methamphetamines,
difference.
like grit.
Also, the
No,
best.
grits from the
all-
South.
Ah, yes.
Yes, good carbo.
You do butter, you do gravy. What kind of
Butter.
grits? You do butter?
butter and salt.
And don't
Butter
forget
in
the
your
crystal
grits?
hot sauce.
Mhm.
Yes,
Oh.
butter and everything. In
I'm a
that
butter guy too.
family.
Yeah.
Sugar, number one.
Yeah.
Of course, both.
Number
Also, I'm no stranger for a little maple syrup in my grits.
yeah.
Yeah.
Try it out
Yeah.
every once in a while.
Cheese, boys. The answer is cheese.
Nah.
Cheesy grits are 10 for 10.
Cheesy
No.
and sugar in the grits. I don't know about
No,
that.
you don't. No, you don't
Okay,
double it up.
Okay, thank you.
It's one or the other.
Be
I'm glad we
gross,
agreed.
dude.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Maple syrup, cheese
Sweet
grits.
cheesy grits. Actually, bring me back. I'm kind of in on that right now.
Mm.
Could you imagine that as a cheese it?
I've been in ketosis for too long as sweet cheesy grits. Or
Oh God, I bet that sounds so good to you right now. Me and Jake can just eat some
Yeah,
right now
wipe the drool
with
out
reckless
of your mouth.
abandon.
Oh, without your A1C going up. Gosh.
Is A1C going to speak at the DNC tonight?
So I saw Joe Biden's leading it off.
Yeah.
I saw some over-unders on it, too.
This is going to be his last speech.
Ever?
What's
The
that?
final hoorah.
For sure.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's the last important one. Not like that, Zay.
On January 20th, he'll have to do a speech where he says, here you go, Kamala.
Yeah.
Like, he'll have to do that one.
She's already got a key.
Yeah.
Like she's already there.
Yeah. He's like, you can have my room. It's cool.
Well, in your universe, that's how it works.
Which universe is that?
The
Universal Healthcare, which he's trying to give to everyone. Gosh. So I saw
Just-
some numbers. It was the over-under on, like, Nicki Minaj coming out. Did you guys see this?
No.
Oh, gosh. It was like 700 to 1.
Whoa, that's worth $1.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was,
Also, don't do Nicki Minaj. You could do way better than that.
It's going to be Lenny Kravitz.
so I believe he will be there. I believe Lady Gaga will be there. That's what I think. All right, I have the numbers here. Are you ready?
Now that Trump got fooled by AI, thinking that
Taylor Swift's going to
the
come out
Swifties for Trump, like she's got to go super oppo and come out, right?
with Travis Kelce.
All right, who will make? All right, I got the numbers here. Making an appearance as speaker or performer. Here are the numbers: 2 to 1. So this is not the best bet in the world, but
Okay.
it's not the worst. George Clooney. Would you put a little money on that?
Oh yeah, that's a gimme.
That's-
He's always at
It
those.
feels like a gimme.
Yeah,
He's going to have a glass of Casamigos in his hand, too.
Well, Lady Gaga 2 to 1.
I'm
Yeah,
not-
I think that's more of a surefire.
I agree. I think she's going
Yeah.
to be there. Alyssa Milano 5 to 2.
Oh, let
Dang.
her stay home.
She's
Don't-
nuts.
Yeah, she is insane.
Larry David 5 to 2.
No, Larry David's out like at the golf range.
Larry David
He's not
they're
even listening.
Driving range golf.
they're doing what? A Bernie Sanders impression?
Oh, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
Now here's where the money gets big. Are you guys ready?
All right.
Because there's a bunch of other 3 to 1s, right? There's Greg Popovich. There's Madonna.
Greg Popovich. That's
and that's
awesome.
just to show up or to speak?
This is to make an appearance.
Make an appearance.
As a speaker
Okay.
or perform.
Okay.
Okay. And you get like some maybe a little bit more money. I wouldn't go against Mark Cuban being there. That's 4 to 1.
He's been very involved recently.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got less time or more time on his hand now that he's not an owner.
Mhm.
Even though
Springsteen, Cher, De Niro, they're all 4 to 1.
De Niro
De
will
Niro
be there.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
Strong possibility. Jay-Z, Steph Curry, 5 to 1.
Steph, no.
Steph's not pulling up.
Jay-Z, maybe.
LeBron's got a bigger chance. of
It's
being there than
Chicago. I wouldn't be surprised if Steph Curry shows.
Steph. Angel Reese is a guarantee.
I think she's playing tonight.
Yeah.
No.
The season just kicked off a couple days ago.
And
In
these-
case you haven't been paying attention, Zay.
And these are day one lines or
The entire
whole
thing.
the entire
Yeah,
thing.
entire
Oh,
thing.
okay.
So I got all right. So moving forward in these lines because I love this stuff. Both 6 to 1 are The Rock and Taylor Swift, not together but individually.
Sure.
Tom Hanks 8 to 1. And then now I got the numbers. You guys ready? These are
All
your
right.
big bets if you want
Okay.
to make some cash.
Here we go.
Barbara Streisand 11 to 4.
Okay.
It's an interesting god.
It's like
That is a weird choice.
It's like plus 275.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, right? Because
Yeah.
5 to 2 is 250.
Yeah.
So Cardi B, same thing.
I think Cardi B has a better chance than Nicki Minaj.
I think she has. I think they're going to keep her away.
You should keep her away.
Yeah. Steve Kerr 10 to 1.
he's too busy.
10 to 1 is a big.
That's good.
That's $1,000 on a
He's-
$100 bet.
Steve Kerr has popped his head into a bunch of these things historically.
I'm telling you to put money on this one. I'm telling you right now. Don't trust me for betting advice, but I'm telling you right now. A guy who loves attention,
Mm-hmm.
a guy who has been so opposite the Republican Party for many years now, a guy who is culturally not as relevant as he once was, but would like the opportunity to be it again. That's Howard Stern.
Interesting.
12 to 1, Howard Stern. And I would not be surprised.
That one, I'm not a fan of that one. I
don't
would
see
not.
it.
I wouldn't lay anything down on that one.
And then lastly, at least on these odds that I see here, 25 to 1, LeBron James.
I think that's super likely.
Put $100 on it.
I'll put $10 on it.
$250 payout.
I'll
Yeah.
match. I'll put 10 on there.
Let's do it.
$500 payout.
He loves attention more than
I'm
Howard
gonna say
Stern.
10.
Yeah.
10 for 250 is what I'd getting for this 6th leg I just made.
Nice.
So,
So what I'm doing, that's not super good. What I'm doing is Beyonce been announced officially?
To perform?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Because what I would do
Is it going to be her
because
country
I would
album?
parlay. It's because if she's announced, I would get Jay-Z, and then I would take the yes on Kamala dancing with her.
You
So
know they're cousins.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Are you doing a
I'm
culture thing?
I'm joking.
Seems like a culture thing.
Definitely not cousins. You guys seem super invested into that one.
I skipped over that one. I had a lot of responses, and I'm glad I didn't take the bait, Zay.
Of all the Beyonce bangers, Run the World, right? Like, what else would you do?
Hey, Run the World.
Freedom?
That'd be a perfect song
Freedom.
for this.
Kamala's using Freedom at her rallies now.
I would do Texas on her new country album.
They're in Chicago,
They're in
brother.
Chicago, Illinois. Yeah.
That's okay. That's how you. But people from Texas will be tuning in.
Beyonce do more than 2 songs. 2.5 over or under.
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 2 on the dot.
Yeah.
The 2 we name, Run the World and Freedom.
I agree. Yeah.
Not single.
Or possibly, hear me out, a medley.
A little mashup?
A medley. Yeah.
She does.
Are there lines of people who were protesting outside?
I don't have lines on that.
Yeah. Because that would be a fun one.
I say yes
Yeah.
to the Taylor Swift one after doing a little CNN deep dive.
If she does the Texas song, Illinois is going to become light blue. Is that what they call it? Faded blue.
Swing.
Purple.
Yeah,
Purple. You're thinking of purple.
They're going to turn purple.
Yeah.
There you go. Also, all those numbers I didn't just make up. Big thank you to betonline.ag.
All right.
We worked with Jimmy Shapiro on some stuff before, but he sent this over to me, and I just could not stop laughing. I thought, how can we play with this? How can we play with this? So there you go. When we get back from the break, we continue our sports talk, including NFL preseason football. I got reactions from the weekend, boys. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
This report brought to you.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We, of course, are live from Duke City Cages. It's been a banger of a program thus far. Ton of NFL this past weekend. Here's my thing on preseason football. You don't learn anything. I want to be really clear on that. You just try to survive getting hurt.
Sure.
Or making the cut.
That's for like 3 dudes on each team.
Those teams are set before they're.
There's 20 dudes who are playing for your favorite team right now that they themselves know that they're not going to make it.
Yeah.
The cut.
Very excited for $80,000 on the practice squad.
Yeah.
That defensive lineman from the Giants, that number 94, who talked down that running back 50 yards.
He got a roster spot.
He's on the team because that shows coaches love that. That's the number one thing a coach loves to see on defense.
Find out his name because neither of you know it. Write this down, and then week 1, when we see set rosters, you'll see he's not on a team.
Yeah.
And I will say, remember, whenever this guy that was not relevant then, he's still not relevant now, and you worked yourself into a shoe.
The Buffalo Bills had a linebacker who's from Buffalo, who played at the University of Buffalo, who got a roster spot for preseason. Joe Anderson had 12 tackles in his preseason debut. And I think because of the hometown hero and the hometown legend that he is now, he's going to get a roster spot.
Yeah, there's no way. They'll keep Gable Stevenson over him, and he's not even playing. No. That's how little the Bills care about that guy.
This is a good story for the preseason.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy I was talking about, his name's Elijah Chapman.
Write it down.
Funny thing about him, he's undrafted free agent, right?
No.
He didn't even get invited to the combine. But as a defensive tackle, he ran a 4.81 40,
unofficial.
Which would have been the 5th fastest amongst all.
Who was holding the stopwatch?
Yeah, you know who had
favorite uncle?
His dad who coached him in high school. Yeah, running downhill when it was windy.
It says as SMU's pro day last spring.
SMU?
Yeah.
Yeah, they cheat. That's what I'm saying. But it's fun. It's fun for you guys to work yourself into a.
Yeah.
You got to have a story to believe in.
No, you don't.
Your team has 45 to 50 roster spots.
53
already set.
Yeah.
There's like somewhere in between 5 to 8 guys that they got spots open that 40 people are going after. There's like really 3 or 4 or 5 guys who got a chance of making the very end of the roster. Everyone else knows who they are and when they're playing.
And then there's 10 guys who are going to make the practice squad.
I was just going to say, now the practice squad, now if you're going to put it on the scale of an actual someone who's been signed, it seems terrible. But the practice squad is $5,000 a week. And
I think it's more than that, brother.
Yeah.
Okay, so they boosted it. At some point, it was 5,000 minimum, like absolute
Yeah.
minimum. That's okay. So that's probably what it is. That you can't make any less than that, and then you can be signed at any time by any team. So it's like you're almost like a free agent still, and you're still getting paychecks.
Here it is. The blah, 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 blah. You, all right, if a player with fewer than 2 seasons on the practice squad for all 18 weeks, it's $225,000. If there is a player with at least 2 seasons on the practice squad, they earn between $302 and $383.
It's a good payday.
Yes, it's a good life.
Good payday.
That's what these. Hey, you're talking about making teams. Hey, these guys might make a USFL team. They might make a practice squad. They might make the Olympic flag football team. They might make a Canadian something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll all play football in the Arena League somewhere.
You're talking almost Mountain West athletic director money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I mean, you would assume that these guys want to get in the game and be on the field, but a lot of these guys are really scared to fail. So they're kind of cool with just being sitting out of the spotlight. I'll just sit back here in the practice squad, take my money. Like some of these backup quarterbacks, their stomach drops at the start.
I think the thing you're saying is accurate. I think the motivation you're saying is wrong. I don't think it has anything to do with scared to fail. I think it has a ton to do with don't get hurt, keep getting paid practice squad money.
100%.
Don't screw up.
Yeah.
Exactly. Guys are definitely scared. Like they're thinking, well, if I go out there and I get smoked, what if I go out there and I drop the ball? It's easier if I just stay here and no one's looking at me and I'll just collect my paycheck. I'm a guy go on Twitter.
Maybe, but I'm just going to reiterate, it's not love the way that fan thinks they love it. Like getting there to that level, making that amount of money and finding a sound financial investor to work with you on your $300,000 you make 2 times in your life. That's a good living for a lot of people from a lot of parts of this country. Like you can figure all that out. And if you invest in the right playground equipment company, you get to start a cool playground equipment company. And you know, you got knees
And hips.
Right.
Sweet, yeah.
And
shoulders.
significantly less CTE.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And nowhere near the pension. And you tell everyone about it. You know how I know? Because I just told the exact story of Joe Odom. I just told it to you, who played linebacker for the Bears, who I grew up with. My high school running mate, Travis Williams, my point guard, played on the Bears practice squad for seasons. He's a teacher. It's sweet that he played practice squad. Also, that's when you were only making like 65 grand. Like it sucked back then.
Your best bet is also a lot of guys who they didn't have the physical abilities to go be a star, but they mentally did understand what it took. So they start like little camps or little training.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Sure.
All that stuff makes a little bit of money.
Or coaching.
Yeah. You get 500 kids out and they all pay $100. You're doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
We're
you get a couple of your Pro Bowl buddies come out and do it with you, and you only have to pay them a hotel and some of your local delicacies. That's a good life. And then go coach at a junior college for 2 years. Yeah.
And it's super cool we can do that here, because what I learned is when you go to other countries, you can't just like, unless you are coaching for a program, unless you're a part of a program, you can't just start your own company, your own training.
Says who?
Circuit. Like you get fined for it.
But by who? If the EU came to me and told me they were going to fine me on how to throw darts, I tell you what, we would go rounds on that.
Like basically, if you had like a group of kids and you're like coaching them up, you have to be coaching them for an organization you have a part in. But in America, you can just do it on your own.
I'm going to take my capitalism to Europe. Show them. They know.
Yeah, I'll trade you our capitalism for your health care.
I'll
We can
keep
learn
the capitalism.
we can learn a thing or two from each other.
Yeah. You know what? There might be something in the middle.
Uh-huh.
Boys, we can figure it out.
Yeah, the iPhone chargers.
And
That's what it is.
USB-C.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
go,
the whole
baby.
reason why we have it.
Here's the most boring announcement in the history of football. The Washington Guardians are going to play Jaden Daniels.
QB1.
Duh.
Okay.
You know what the highlight of this weekend was? though?
Nothing.
Josh Dobbs.
Here's how it wasn't. You will have to tell me and Van what you're referencing. That's how it wasn't the highlight of the weekend.
It was Caleb.
Caleb.
Hold on.
Caleb's going off.
We can't let Caleb fly under the radar. That guy is going to
Go
be top
Bears.
5.
Top 5 what?
Top 5 QP this year. This
Okay.
year. Top 5 talent. Well, top 5 talent. For
Top
sure.
5 prospect.
No, talent.
If you told me that he was going to have better numbers than Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins, the 15th and 16th best quarterbacks this year, I can agree with you. Top
Dak-
5's a little silly.
Dak 15 is crazy.
There's no.
It's perfectly ranked.
This is the difficulty of football season, and this is the difficulty of like dumb fans like Isaiah and Jake. There's
smart.
never anything new or cool.
Yeah.
It's always the exact same thing over and over again.
Remember last season when Josh Dobbs got traded and didn't know the playbook and won his first game?
Awesome.
That was cool.
Do you remember
What he did while he's getting unnecessary, worthless reps in the preseason, that doesn't matter.
Hey,
That
let me
doesn't
tell you about
matter.
last year. The Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Now, spoiler for the year before that. The Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. You know what's going to happen this year?
Not
and
them.
this is going to break your heart as the guy who thinks there's going to be some underdog, out of nowhere, up and coming, undrafted, specialty, something. By the way, there never is that they're going to sneak up and do that thing.
Isaiah Pacheco,
They're not. Who?
the running back for the Chiefs. He was
Yes,
undrafted.
he did have Patrick Mahomes. You're correct.
And the Zebras.
They
Like
happen.
that's it. Nothing happened. It's the most predictable thing of all time.
with Caleb, it's a matter of translation.
Caleb?
Caleb Williams.
Okay.
It's a matter of translation that I saw, because we all knew he was talented, but we wondered because of the mental aspect of it. How is he going to be? How will he be in the locker room? And the guy came out. He was received great by the fans, and then he did what he was doing in USC, and he came out and did it in the NFL so far. Yes, it was preseason, but it doesn't matter if you were out on a field with just the quarterback and the receiver. The throw he made was super impressive.
The
then
throw.
The throw.
But-
See, that's
So,
the problem.
that was to Romo Dunze, right?
Yeah, the play after that, he throws another dart, but he steps out of bounds on the receiver stepped out of bounds, which is on his fault. was not Caleb Williams' fault.
The thing that's impressed me most about Caleb Williams in the 2 episodes of Hard Knocks that I've seen is he's less of a weirdo head case than I thought he was going to be.
Good at it.
Okay.
Obviously, yeah. I mean, they're following him around with a camera 24 hours a day or whatever, and then they're editing it out at the last minute. But what they've chosen to show me has portrayed him as less of a weirdo than I anticipated.
When we get back from the break, I'm going to bring everyone back down to earth by doing my least favorite thing, and that's giving you a list of names. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Mike's hot.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On, live from Duke City Cages. Having a lot of fun today. Our Isham Dental Sound by the Day. It's our next segment, boys. We'll do it in the 5:45 hour. So I'm about to sound like a jerk for a second, but that's not that unique for me.
Yeah.
Nah.
We're used to this.
So everyone who is a loser says that Caleb Williams is the next everything. Everyone who is a loser
Isaiah
says that Jaden Daniels is the savior of the Washington Guardians.
wrong.
Everyone says Drake May is going to put the Patriots back in their historic competitive reign of blah, 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 blah.
Joe Milton will.
Everyone says
More likely.
Michael Penix and J.J. McCarthy and Bo Nix, and you see where I'm going with this. So I'm just going to rattle some names for you boys. I'm just going to do a thing.
Okay, do a thing.
Kenny Pickett,
Yeah.
Backup.
Told you.
Zach Wilson,
Tiny hands Pickett.
Trey Lance,
yeah.
Justin Fields,
Hey, well, he's
Mac Jones, Justin Herbert.
bust.
Justin Herbert's legit.
He's He's under 50% as a starter. Under. Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins,
Rest in peace.
Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen. I'm going to say Baker Mayfield, but I don't think he's that bad.
Won a playoff game. That's enough for a
Mitch
career.
Trubisky,
Also won a playoff
Deshaun
game.
Watson,
Ugh.
He's starting.
Ugh.
Jared Goff kind of brought it around, so not that guy.
He's a dude.
He went to a Super Bowl.
Marcus Mariota,
Had a career. That's not a bust.
Put some respect on Mariota.
Yeah, Mariota's legit.
okay, he's not. Blake
I mean-
Bortles,
Whoa, hey, he went to the AFC Championship. game.
Johnny Manziel, Teddy
Oh, that's a
Bridgewater,
rough
Teddy,
one.
hey, shout out Coach Bridgewater,
EJ Manuel.
Buffalo Bills legend.
Not true.
Nope.
My heart, he is.
The actual truth, the one I'm getting to, the one to make the best example of this, Andrew Luck, who just quit.
It's quit. It's like, hey, I got banged around too much, man.
That was more of a love of the game thing,
He-
not talent.
Robert Griffin,
Hurt.
Ryan Tannehill,
He had a
Still
career.
playing.
Brandon Whedon. Guys, I'm telling you, first-round quarterbacks are not the best. Terrell Pryor.
A great wide receiver.
That's more
It's-
of a fun one. but
It's
you
not
get the
just
point.
it's not just quarterbacks.
No, it's
It's
not.
every position group.
Yeah,
I think
days
it's
we're
like
gonna leave
1/3
90% of you are going to fail.
like 1/3 of first round draft picks get to their second contract.
Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Michael Penix, J.J. McCarthy, Bo Nix. None of them will be that dude.
Michael Penix will.
Caleb is better than, including the list of guys you named that didn't work out. We can go off just college. We can go off projection, like NFL translation. Other than Johnny and Mariota, they were both better in college, I would say.
Jameis.
Jameis was better in college as well.
Bryce
Outside
Young.
of those,
Caleb
no,
Williams won a
no.
Heisman.
Bryce Young was.
So did Jameis Winston.
The three guys I named did as well. That's why those three are the
So
only
did Tim
ones.
Tebow.
Tebow was super. No one
Told
expected
you about
Tebow to
Tebow.
be a good thrower.
He was like
Won a
top
playoff
5 college
game.
football player of all time.
This goes back to what I said about Caleb before. It was the translation. It was the way that you see what he was doing in college. It is translating so far. I think he's better than all of the QBs.
Yeah, because he had
That were
Lincoln
named.
Riley, the QB whisperer.
Well, that Isaiah, you're literally hitting the nail on the head here. Of course, you think he's better than everyone who has failed. You and every fan who gets obsessed with this thinks that every year.
But but my point is that even when those guys were in college, I never thought they were as good as what I thought.
It's
Caleb
cool to
was.
have hope.
That's fun.
Sure.
Be realistic.
Like
Did
Drake May was never. He wasn't Caleb in college.
No. Joe Milton's better.
And a lot of this is your situation when you land.
Yeah.
When do you get the opportunity? If the Patriots weren't a playoff team when Drew Bledsoe got hurt, Tom Brady never gets a chance. If Tom Brady started his career on the Browns and he has to shoulder the load of the Cleveland Browns, we don't have the same story.
If Johnny Manziel was drafted by the Cowboys, they would have 3 Super Bowls by now.
I'm
And we wouldn't
looking.
have
Do you
Zach
know how
Martin.
cheap cocaine is in Dallas?
All right, here's the truth.
right there.
Peyton Manning was a first rounder. Troy Aikman.
Peyton Manning sucked his rookie year.
But he was a first rounder who worked out. Matthew Stafford was a first rounder.
I mean, of course you're going to find
Josh Allen
opportunities where they actually work out, but it's the exception, not the rule.
That's the point.
Yeah.
And like if we were to do this game again, where I go Williams, Daniels, May, Penix, McCarthy, Nix, Rattler, Travis, Milton, Leary, Pratt, Young, Stroud, Richardson, Levis, Hooker, Hanson, Bennett, O'Connell, Toon, Thompson, Robinson, Clifford, Hall, McKee, Dugan, Pickett, Ritter, Willis, Corral, Zappi, Howell, Olin Okun. Don't know who that is.
You
Thompson.
made that one up.
Nope. Oh, here we go. 2022, Mr. Relevant, Brock Purdy. Since 2022, only one of these guys is good.
See, again, it's opportunity and situation.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy got to play for the Niners.
Because 2 guys got hurt.
The Niners made Jimmy Garoppolo look good.
Yeah. And Caleb's got everything going. Because also keep in mind, the Bears were in a unique situation. They had the first round. They had the first pick. But they also had another very, very good first-round pick. And their offense was –
and they had salary cap.
Yeah, all they needed was a quarterback. So,
and 2 more wide receivers and an offensive line.
And a running back.
Probably 2. You need 2 running backs.
C.J. Stroud's probably the best one of all that. That's the one. C.J. Stroud's it. He's the truth.
Caleb will have a similar path as C.J. was on. That is what I think. I think this is going C.J. Stroud levels.
Well, I mean, Bo Nix, the last out of the big quarterbacks drafted last year, I mean, against UFL players, he's looking like a stud.
And he's
that's
really
because
progressed.
Sean Payton is giving him a scheme that's going to work for him because Sean Payton has invested so much into Bo Nix that he can't be wrong about it because he belittled Russell Wilson out of town, and then he got a quarterback that looks like him that he likes.
Well, he was right about Russell Wilson.
He's mature. Bo Nix is mature. You can joke, people crack jokes about how long he was in college.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, he's a matured quarterback, and he's going to be used to a lot of the things he'll see. He won't be a deer in headlights, I don't imagine. I think he's played enough football.
Oh, he played enough schemes too, Auburn, Oregon. Where else did he go?
I guess I'm a little confused. What is this how long he was in college thing? Because this is not an old man. This kid is 24.
That's old for rookie.
That's old for NFL rookies.
6 years.
You know what I'd rather
6
have?
years in college.
I'd rather have a 24-year-old rookie who didn't get beat up for the last 2 seasons looking like an idiot, and I'll go back to the list. Because if we go back 2 seasons to 2022, what's up with Desmond Ritter? What's up with Malik Willis?
Hey, Malik Willis could have been the next Lamar.
Yeah, could have. What's up with Matt Corral? Never heard of him.
He just got a roster spot actually somewhere.
No, he did not.
he just got re-signed.
Is somewhere? Is that a city?
Well, he will not. He will not be playing for them.
Yeah, Bailey Zappi.
Minnesota. He just signed with the Vikings.
He'll be wielding a clipboard.
Sam Howell, the one I didn't make up, from South Dakota State, drafted by the Steelers. Chris Oladokun. Never heard of this human being in my life.
How about this one? Let's look at this angle. How many of these guys were for sure #1 picks, but you just had to try to find a reason why they wouldn't be? Caleb Williams was by far the best quarterback, but we had to find other reasons as to why he maybe shouldn't go first. All these other guys that we're talking about, we were having to convince ourselves they were the #1 guy or they would be good. For Caleb, it's like, oh, we'll know he'll be good, but hopefully he doesn't ruin it himself.
Jaden Daniels from winning a bunch of games at LSU, way better than Caleb Williams from losing a bunch of games at USC.
I don't know.
And Jaden never cried.
He doesn't care enough.
Ouch. Is that something we know?
I'll tell you what, I've had coworkers who cry, and I'm good without that. Whenever we get back from the break, it's our Isham Dental soundbite of the day. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report.
It's the Isham Dental soundbite of the day. IshamDentalABQ.com. Sign up online, get that free exam and x-ray. Medicare A and B same day dentures. You know they got those sets. Doing everything over at Isham Dental. Reach out to Scott at IshamDentalABQ.com. Set yourself up for success. If you don't like the internet, 505-881-0422. Tell Scott the boys sent you, and he will put his fingers in your mouth.
They have been in Fred's mouth and Isaiah's.
And now Vans.
Whoa.
At the trio.
Yeah, you need to figure it out, kid.
I'm scared. I'm kind of scared.
Lame.
Don't be scared of Scott. He's
I'm
got
not.
a gentle touch. We all know. It's the Isham Dental soundbite of the day. We don't have it on our end, Isaiah. One more time for me, friend, because we missed it on ours. So it's I mean, just a bunch of kids cheering, right?
Is this Little League World Series?
Just a bunch of kids living their best life. Before the Little League Classic, and this was in Williamsport, right? Williamsport?
Mhm.
So Aaron Judge is out there, and all these kids are going crazy, and they're seeing their hero, and they're getting super excited about it. And then some jerk Mets fan, who is the manager of the Staten Island Little League, says that Aaron Judge stood up to kids, doesn't care about him, and quote, how about turning around or wave to New York and the kids that think you're a hero? He went on to say, they're the ones who pay your salary. I tell you what.
I agree with that.
So you agree with what?
Everything that Mets fan said.
But it was incorrect.
If
it was accurate, it would be true. The problem is, it's a lie.
And that's all we do as Mets fans is lie to ourselves.
We don't even know if he's a Mets fan, but what we do know is you don't need to be in these leadership positions. Don't just lie. Don't just make stuff up. Also, kids don't pay for Major League Baseball players'
For
salaries.
Sure. Yeah.
Also, Staten Island, LOL.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's very Staten Island of you, buddy.
He's trying to
The worst of the
Cristiano
five
Ronaldo
boroughs.
them.
Your SI is showing.
He's trying to make him a Ronaldo or something.
Staten Island, I feel like it's full of these types of guys.
It's full of nothing but them.
Like,
And they all live in their mother's basement.
everyone who drops the line, I pay for your salary. You hear it with like public officials. You hear it with
Yeah.
cops. What are you doing?
Yeah. Dang, I didn't know the Steinburners had so many kids.
Yeah,
All these kids are paying Aaron Judge's salary, huh?
it's actually pig Latin for letting people know you're a jerk. Saying, yeah, I pay for your salary is the universal communicator of I am a jerk.
Sure.
Taxes are important, people.
Taxes are important. I would agree. Yeah. Kamala's trying to raise taxes on businesses to 28%. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see that. You know how I feel.
She's awesome.
To some.
Big business. I mean, they're going to hate her. Got to pay their fair share for the first time in a long time. Take that money. Support infrastructure. What's the problem?
Or hear me out, Jake.
Man.
Have her keep establishing more policies that actually help you
Yeah, what's that
and
about?
your age group and income group
Yeah.
and education
You're not,
level.
you're not actually afraid of
Yeah.
Scott Isham helping you with your teeth. You're afraid of the bill
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
Jake's like, yep.
By the way, I know why you're really scared. It's not like when you have surgery and they have to shave your area. You don't have to shave off your mustache.
Oh, thank
can-
God.
yeah.
His
Woo!
fingers will go right past.
So I
it.
could go to the dentist again.
Yeah.
All right, I'm calling Scott.
It's the 6 o'clock hour. Whenever we get back from the break, we're going to enjoy I don't know, a little bit of an NBA talk.
I can do that. I can do that.
Starting to get ready for it, so we're excited for that. Also, more NFL reaction from this past weekend. Our I-9 varsity is the I-9 varsity of.
Best Mafia names.
Let's
It's
go.
not the worst one we've ever done. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Six hot.
Running like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You see, I heard you on the break.
Talking
You-
about my language right here.
Yeah, you mentioned. I heard little people. I think it's respectful you use that term.
What?
And I referring to little people.
We're talking about actual children
I
here.
love it.
Yeah, well, guess who appears to be an actual child in Dallas? Mr. Deuce Vaughn. But everything's not so sad about Deuce Vaughn in
Cowboys
Dallas.
corner's coming in hot.
Yes,
okay.
it is.
Whoa.
Because here comes the boom from the 2 first-round draft picks, Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe, with outstanding showcases last weekend, showing that they were worthy of the draft picks. And Deuce Vaughn is a previous college teammate with Cooper Beebe, and those two seem to have fabulous chemistry. And this could be the unsung hero. As you guys know, I've been super upset with our running back room, and Deuce Vaughn was never slow. He was never weak. It was just he's not big enough to break any tackles.
Yeah, but you got Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, he's the power, right? He's the hammer.
Thunder
We
and
need
lightning.
Yes, we need this. We need the fast guy. So our line of Cooper Beebe at center, we haven't had a good center since Travis Frederick, and if Tyler Guyton at the left tackle spot can pan out and continue to get better as offensive lineman.
He's got to start first.
Yeah, he will though, and that's what we're seeing. Tyler Guyton is coming into his own, coming out of college. A big worry was that he's going to be soft because he didn't seem that aggressive. But this guy's been mean and aggressive in practices. He's been mean and aggressive in the game. He even got Max Crosby to give him like the good old helmet dap up after a play because they were scrapping. So if Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe can open holes, then Deuce Vaughn will then find the daylight and can give the Cowboys the running game we've been looking for. And that is key to them becoming a Super Bowl contender, which they will be if we have a good running game.
I don't know if Daddy's boy is going to turn out as well as you think it's going to happen.
I don't know who's daddy's boy.
Deuce Vaughn.
That's his name.
His dad is on the Cowboys staff, and that's the only reason why he got. Isn't he the running back coach?
It's not as bad as like LeBron and Bronny, but
It's pretty close.
He was a dog at K-State though. His size is why he was doubted. So his dad being a coach has definitely gone into why Dallas was like, we'll take a chance on this guy.
So I'm going to say this because knowing how you predict players, I now firmly believe that Rico Dowd is the guy. Like
he's solid.
No, well, if you're going Deuce Vaughn, there's no doubt in my mind the Cowboys will go the other direction. So put everything into Rico. Like if there is an over-under that you're excited about on rush totals or number of carries or touches, or it go with what's he wear? 23. Go with 23. He is your guy.
I believe he's somewhere around there.
Zeke is still going to lead the Cowboys in rushing yards.
Rico is going to be more so challenging Zeke's spot. The person who would be challenging Deuce Vaughn is Malik Davis. Not a very big household name, but he's a smaller, faster guy. But Dallas likes the whole idea of having.
Is he as small as Deuce Vaughn?
Right.
He's not as small as Deuce Vaughn, but he's smaller than Rico.
Both of these guys are already better than Zeke.
Whoa.
This is argued.
Zeke is back at number 15. He's got a swagger back.
Oh my gosh! In the famed words of Grandma Slow and every coach that's ever known anything, if you got two, you don't have one. And I'm telling you this, if it's a real competitive running back group for the Dallas Cowboys, it's because they don't have a good running back. This is not good for the Cowboys. And if superstar Deuce Vaughn is your standout, you don't have any standouts.
I would play Deuce Vaughn over both of those guys in a heartbeat. He's so
hard.
tiny, you can't even see him.
And
He
that's
could
the thing.
he could cut right and just run underneath the
He ain't
defensive lineman's legs,
But he's
and
small.
just bust out
he
to the
ain't Darren
second
Sproles.
level.
He's small and but he's strong though. He's
Oh,
strong,
my
so he
God.
bounces. He bounces off of hits, and that's the thing. This isn't a guy who's going to come out and just Barry Sanders this thing.
You know why he's strong? Is because he has to have less length when he does a rep, when he
but he's
lifts.
but not numbers strong. He's a little muscle ball.
Just because he put some fourth and soon to be cut defenders from the Las Vegas Raiders on
Yeah.
ice skates does not mean that he is a dude when it comes to talent. Like he will go. Who's the home opener for the Cowboys or the season opener? The Browns. They have linebackers that I've never heard of who start, and they will handle that.
I hope so, but here's the thing. Like I said, he's not big enough to create his own. He can though. He can wiggle around back there and be hard to catch. But if we give him a hole, if the two linemen, you need run blockers to get a good run game. If the Cowboys can actually block for once, because we haven't seen a good blocking line in years in Dallas. If we can just give Deuce Vaughn a hole to hit, he will hit the hole and he'll run right past the kneecaps of majority of the defenders that are out there.
You have a better chance by doing screens with Deuce Vaughn than having him throw and run the ball.
Here's what you got to do is you get a whole Costco-sized jar of lube, and you just like grease them up like like a watermelon
beef
at
towel
a public pool, and you just let them loose on the defense. Number one, you can't see them. And if you get your arms on him, he'll just slide right through.
Slip on through. I like it. Just give him a hole, and he'll hit it.
We gave him a whole segment, and I don't think it was worth it.
Brandon Aubrey hit a 66-yard field goal. That was more exciting than
anytime
that's
the Cowboys
best player.
Anytime the Cowboys cross midfield, we're in field goal range. So we just need a decent
in the
return.
Preseason.
Brandon Aubrey gave me the over on a big payout on Prize Picks over the weekend with that 66-yard field goal.
Yeah.
Also, I wasn't real comfortable in my Dak Prescott. So here's a fun Prize Pick story. So I sent you guys the Prize Picks when Dak Prescott was on the under on passing. And I was hoping Dallas would get the ball back so that he would go to the over and you guys would say something. But I had actually hedged my bet and taken the exact same bet, but with Dak Prescott on the over. So I was going to hit you guys with the psych.
Here's some insurance.
Yeah. So so one big payout and then one double payout.
So you went even.
No, I went real big. I won them both.
The big one.
Oh, right.
But it was, my whole joke was ruined because Dak Prescott stayed at the under. Dang it. It's going to be a good one, though. There you go. Bet on the Cowboys under on Deuce Vaughn, according to Isaiah. I agree, brother.
More. Bet on them more.
For Zeke? Sure.
Not height.
Take the more.
Season opener is going to hurt you so bad.
It'd be really – now, here's the thing. If Deuce Vaughn's getting guaranteed carries, it'd be scary. If let's say he works himself up to the point he is, it's scary to take that less because he can slip through for an easy 50-yard bomb.
You're more delusional than I am, man, and I'm crazy.
Like, they're going to be chasing. Like, they're not going to run it in the second half. Like, Cleveland's going to score points on them. It's going to be – if the Cowboys are winning, they're winning in shootouts. And they're not going to win with a run game.
Myles Garrett's going to pick up Deuce Vaughn like Bane picked up Batman.
I like that. Break his back.
Yeah.
So the Cowboys defense will be weak.
Two different movie references, but okay.
Jake's Bane impersonation is the worst one I've ever heard.
What, Bane? I got a good Bane.
You just said, "I'll break you."
That was not even me trying, man. You want me to try? I'll try.
Oh my God! You really Deuce Vaughn your Bane.
You merely adopted the Bane. I was born in it.
You know the one line.
Still bad. Yeah,
Shelmo must be found on the wreckage, brother.
Is he?
Yeah, bet on this.
Is he a leprechaun?
No, he's just got
a tiny Irish Bane.
You just got to talk with like meatballs.
Has he been downsized to Deuce Vaughn size, or isn't that we now call it?
That would be Wolverine comic book accurate size.
Also, you got to bear with what else. What do I have to be hopeful for? As far as running a running back, he's the only guy I can actually have hope for.
You should be hopeful that CeeDee Lamb signs a contract.
Yeah. I'm very hopeful, but I know he will. So it's not even a hopeful thing. I just know it'll happen.
Play one more year, go to free agency, get on a good team that'll pay you.
Please don't listen.
That's what
to Van.
Compact disc lamb chop needs to do.
He's going to sit out. They're going to lose the first game of the season, and then he's going to get paid when he's not there. You know how I know? Seen it.
Yeah.
Like, that's how this stuff works.
They're going to pay him.
Emmett set the playbook.
In week 2. He's going to get paid in week 2 when he shows up after the Cowboys start the season 0-1 against that Cleveland Browns team that's not going to win another game the rest of the year.
That's because of Deshaun Watson.
Just wait until Deshaun gets, hurt or injured, and then Jameis Winston comes in and they go on a historical run.
Jameis Winston was on my list of quarterbacks. He's not good.
Yeah, he got LASIK and he never got a chance after
The
that.
NFL never learned to scout quarterbacks after COVID. That's the problem. They don't know how to find talent at that position anymore. All the old heads that knew how to do it the old way died of COVID. Like, it is done for them.
I think to this year you'll be surprised. I think this will be a year that we look back on and we say this year saved quarterbacking for the next generation. Outside of Pat Mahomes, he's like right in the middle.
I'm gonna like halfway agree with you, Zay. I think this is going to be a good quarterback draft class. As far as like competent NFL ready quarterbacks, not a bunch of superstars.
When it comes to contracts, sure, they'll get paid.
When it comes to contracts,
yeah, they'll make a lot of money because of the quarterback market.
it's sweet to make a lot of money,
Yeah, they're not going to be good.
but it's not as sweet as our Blue Plate special of the day, the 669er Blue Plate special of the day. Whenever we get back, it's 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. It's our 66 Diner Blue Plate special of the day. You can go over to 66 Diner, located on historic Route 66. Or you can go to 66diner.com, sign up for the mailing list, the Cruiser Club, get the free milkshake. But go and get your kicks over there on Route 66 at the 66 Diner, Retro Eats. And also, it's just like I don't know, like a block from my house, and it's super sweet.
That's so sweet.
I love that so much.
I'm due for a milkshake.
And a coconut cream pie.
Ooh.
Yeah, sweet,
Is
dude.
that the special pie, or is that on the menu all the time?
They do it. They go through them.
The best.
There's always pie there. Always pie. Classic diner style stuff.
Yeah, it's like the only like old school diner feel left in town. I feel like
in town.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, I do agree with that. Yeah, there's not like a lot of that like Americana, Coney Island style. Yeah, they're sweet. They're super sweet. So our Blue Plate special moment of the day is one of my favorite stories in sports, and that's Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy retires from the NFL today.
Okay.
Already had set himself up for another career. But the real story here about the backup from Texas who got beat out for his job while he was at Texas and then got beat out for every job he competed for in the NFL. A perennial loser, Colt McCoy, who made $26 million holding a clipboard.
So sweet.
He is a hero.
He's an icon.
He's an inspiration.
I saw a homeless guy wearing his jersey the other day. I was like, yeah.
Which team?
Nice.
He is
Texas.
He is, simply put, the example for the class when it comes to making a ton of cash and never doing anything. And I guess he's going to broadcast for the SEC network or something now. Big
Perfect
12
for
network.
him.
Keep cashing him.
Yeah, but way to go, Colt McCoy. That's our Blue Plate special
Play
moment
taps,
today.
man. The greatest backup ever.
No, he is not. He's not Chase Daniel. And I swear to God, if you don't put more respect on Chase Daniel's name, you're gonna have a problem.
I have
Daniels
respect
made
for Chase
$50
Daniel.
million as a backup.
Chase Daniel's the GOAT of check cashing in the NFL.
Oh my gosh.
I just got a soft spot for Colt.
No, we know.
Colt McCoy back in the day, he was bigger than like majority of NFL quarterbacks. I didn't watch college football, but I knew who he was. I knew what number he was, all that stuff.
I may be a horns down kind of guy until Archie Manning starts, but it was hard to root against Colt McCoy.
If they had NIL,
oh my God,
he would have been making
stupid. All those guys back in the day, though.
Yeah, more than rookies. Brady Quinn also would have been making.
Well, and if he would have not gone to Texas and gone to UNM, the Hobbs native, it might have been a different story.
Sure.
UNM wouldn't be in the position that we're in today.
Yeah, we'd still be running off that.
Could have been a butterfly effect.
Yeah, 06, 07, 08 would have been fire.
In some alternate universe.
How was that Urlacher bump? Did that exist? No, it didn't.
Yeah, but
so Colt McCoy or not, they have a lot of issues.
There's a big difference between linebacker and quarterback.
A little bit. Quarterback of the defense, I guess, if you want to put it that way.
I like how you both are sitting here talking like Colt McCoy is a bigger deal than Brian Urlacher. He is not.
No.
College-wise.
Are you talking about the preeminent safety and tight end, Brian Urlacher?
The example for the class of the modern linebacker.
He's a big deal. He's by far more iconic. But this
not a quarterback, though.
Hey, I don't see homeless people around town wearing Brian Urlacher jerseys the same wearing Colt McCoy jerseys.
Yeah, because no one is donating their Brian Urlacher jerseys. He's a bigger deal.
To their credit, they both were big at about the same time. About the same years, right?
No.
Urlacher's a little
Urlacher
earlier.
was before.
Bears Urlacher was not that much longer before Colt McCoy came along in Texas. That's within a 4 or 5 year span, and that might even be
a
bigger.
linebacker and a kick returner got the Bears to the Super Bowl. He is a way bigger deal. He is a insanely bigger deal.
Oh yeah, Urlacher's a way bigger deal than Colt NFL.
But also not a quarterback, so not that big of a deal.
I mean,
sure.
Fred always says it. The linebacker is the least useful position in football.
Unless
I disagree
you're
with that
Brian
take,
Urlacher.
Being Brian Urlacher is a huge deal, and it wasn't a huge enough deal to give the rub to UNM athletics. Colt McCoy left Hobbs, New Mexico to go to Austin. He could have been that dude.
Wow,
Here.
I thought you were joking.
No,
What? Why would I
No.
joke about that?
Why would you joke
Landry,
about that? I don't know.
Landry Jones from Artesia went to Oklahoma instead of UNM. And we got examples of this all the time.
Yeah. Colt McCoy was a stud in Texas. Was he, or did he beat out John Paul Floyd? Was he a stud? No, he beat out Trevor Walker, who transferred the next season. He beat out Ford Lakin. He wasn't a stud at Texas. There was no one else there. Vince Young was there, and Colt McCoy had to wait. And then I believe, what's the Gilbert? Is that the other kid's name who showed up and took his job?
He lost it a bunch of times. He's like a fourth outfielder of the quarterback world.
And what I think is so funny about, Colt McCoy or just quarterbacks during that time, there was a certain way that quarterbacks, were expected to carry themselves, and especially in college. And then you had Johnny Manziel come along. He was like really the first guy to completely just throw all of that in the backseat and just do his own thing.
Garrett Gilbert is the guy who took the starting as a freshman from the senior Colt McCoy.
Garrett Gilbert.
That's a real name.
How's he doing?
He started more games in the NFL than Colt McCoy.
GG's.
Yeah, but we know who Colt McCoy is.
Yep.
He's more of a pop culture icon.
Again, 25 milli. He's okay. He doesn't care.
He made a little over $1.5 million a year to hang out. It's a good life.
And now he's going to get paid even more.
Oh, yeah. TV money will be it.
I really need to watch what I say because the more I think about it, I'm pretty sure this guy beat Dallas when he was on the Cardinals.
Garrett Gilbert?
No, Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy beat
Oh,
a
who
couple
knows?
of teams in his
The
day.
Cardinals always beat
Yeah,
Dallas.
Dallas
This
doesn't
is-
win
this
that
is-
much.
This is unfortunate.
Josh Dobbs beat Dallas.
Dallas beats
Sure.
Dallas all the time. When we get back from the break, Joey Daly joins us on the program. It's 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. Boo, Sports Animal.
Mike's hot.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On, live from Duke City Cages. And Joey Daly's here. Let's go.
What's up, boys?
He makes the youth go round here. All right, so every kid here that I've seen taking hacks is the best at that age that I've ever seen a kid taking hacks.
Oh yeah,
What is going on?
we got
Ionized water? Is that what's
Oh
going
yeah, we do. I hooked you up with that,
on?
right?
Got the pH water?
Oh, it's high, very
Okay.
high pH. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like we got 20 youth teams now, and all the coaches here like spot on.
That's awesome.
All doing great instructional work here too. I think Manuel was on here, the other youth director.
Yeah.
Just care a lot about the kids. And
Well, that's
Yeah.
it. So obviously we're watching them in the cage, right? We're watching them do exact coaching. We're watching them take leadership. We're watching those things. Are they getting hacks outside of cages anywhere? Do kids still go outside and swing the bat?
they do. Yeah. So that's one thing we emphasize too. Baseball, you got to do something every day.
Mm-hmm.
So whether we're open up at 10, you see a lot of kids coming in every day. Even right after school, boom, they're right here taking hacks. Yeah, that's part of the membership perks we have here. So
Joey Daly
Yep.
joining us on the program.
A lot of great hacks in here with a lot of interesting bats. Dude, the bat,
yeah.
the bat game is so different. The
Every
swag,
color.
a bright orange and yellow bat. We got a hot pink bat. The guy had like a chocolate chip cookie bat.
oh yeah,
Earlier. This is wild, dude. The technology from when I used to swing a metal bat to now, it's night and
You
day.
know how
it's
quick, Joey, I would get Cookie Monster gloves if I
Yeah.
had a chocolate chip bat.
oh yeah, the bat game, the batting glove game.
Yeah.
I can't even keep up. Every day there's
There's
a new bat.
Too much swag nowadays.
A little bit, like they, feel good,
Play good.
play good,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yep.
part of it. Being in this a long time, when I played high school and college, that was like no. Like we didn't have any of that stuff. So
Right.
as I progressed and getting older with it, just go with it, man. Sometimes
Sure.
I hate it to the point where, they got so much stuff on and everyone around the game, especially, it's just part of it now. Just go with it,
You
right?
see some of those highlights of guys like Juan Soto, right?
Oh, yeah.
So they take a pitch or he takes a pitch and he does does a
Uh-oh.
does a little wiggle that drives the ladies crazy or whatever. Shades of Major League.
The
and,
shimmy.
Yeah, and the kids in the stands, they all emulate it.
Of
You know,
course.
they all get into that.
Yeah.
Is that part of the message to make sure that kids, while they're learning and perfecting their sport here at Duke City Cages, that they're having a lot of fun?
They do, and we were talking about earlier with the break, the technology game and, it's a lot different. So one thing, my team, I coach a couple of teams, 14-year-old teams, high school teams, make sure you do one baseball, even if it's getting on your phone or TikTok, find someone you like, find a drill you like, find something to bring yourself into the cage.
Yeah.
As coaches, we learn every day too with that stuff too, right? Game's always progressing. So
I mean, you mentioned TikTok, and like there's access to all the information in the world, whether it's TikTok or Instagram, like a lot of YouTube tutorials. How do you like sift through the bad stuff?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
'cause there's just as much bad information as good
yeah.
information.
I mean, you can go down the rabbit hole as much as you want to. Still baseball. It's a simple game. Usually when I take a look at someone's swing, kind of work around that. I use TikTok too. It's good to get other information, especially from guys I like, major league guys, other USA Prime coaches around America, because there's tons of us, right? So
Yeah.
it's good to like interact with them and see what we're doing and kind of bounce off each other.
Joey Daly joining us on the show. Obviously, youth instruction. You work with all the kids. Kind of overall the programs, really.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of a neat aspect of what you do. How do friends of the show who want to get their up and coming youth baseball player into Duke City Cages, how do they get started in that?
So yeah, just get on our give us a call or get on our website, USA Prime, DukeCity.com. So right now we have 20 youth teams.
So many kids.
Yeah, it's 6 high school teams. So
Yeah.
Wow.
it just never stops. We'll take a couple weeks break now and then, but perks of the membership, you're always here, and we make sure our coaches are like dedicated.
Yeah.
I mean, they have other jobs too. I'm lucky enough I get to do this full time now. I never thought in my wildest dreams I could be doing this, so it's pretty cool for me. But yeah, we're here for you. Yeah. Get
What's
on
your
that.
favorite sports cliche you're telling the kids these
Oh
days?
man. Favorite cliche, win one for the Gipper. You got
Yeah.
so, sometimes as a coach, and we all kind of catch ourselves. We'll start talking, we start rambling, and next thing you're like, oh no,
Yeah, you're doing.
I'm in the Bull Durham. I'm in Bull Durham
Yeah.
movie. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, and that's fun because obviously you learn that, right? You learn that through repetition. You
Yeah,
watch that movie
yeah.
a ton
Oh,
when you're
yeah.
a kid. You watch
Yeah.
it growing up. Is there a thing you had to unlearn from being coached? Is there a thing when you were a player, either as a child or high school or collegiately, that you just had to get out of your system before you started teaching kids?
Oh, sure. you know, I mean, everyone like me growing up, like I like Kirby Puckett, man.
Yeah.
So that leg kick he had, coaches would just they beat me out of that until I get rid of that, because it's the same you see on TV. Same thing with some of those kids, they like judge a swing where his arms real low or, things like that. Just got to work your way out of it.
What's the most popular swing kids are trying to emulate nowadays?
They like the judge swing, Soto swing.
I see so much Soto in here.
Yeah.
All the lefties look like Soto.
Oh yeah, and it's it's great too, man. I don't know what's going on with lefties these days, but when I played, we had hardly any lefties. There's tons of them now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, get a good lefty swing, lefty. You're gonna get recruited for sure.
And obviously, Duke City Cages, specialize in hitting. The facility is a top tier kind of thing. When do these kids get a chance to play the field? When do they learn? The defense has the ball.
So, we have a little turf out there, and we're lucky enough. We work well with the local little leagues, and a lot of them coach here. So each team gets at least one field practice a week, not inside the cages. Yeah.
And then, you go out there and call fungos? Or
we have fungos. Yeah, we do big group practices, very well organized.
Still running polls?
We do, man.
Oh, good.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. That's actually, that still traumatizes me.
Yeah, me too.
First time you ran a poll, I'm like, oh, my God. So my 14-year-olds, we do a little bit of that every week, and they still don't like it. But got to get used to it now for the next level.
So I see all these, young athletes in these cages. They're all doing like different stretches, different warm-ups, different drills.
Mm-hmm.
What's a good drill that you want all these young baseball players to practice?
To start, and it sounds, get the tee, just tee work. The young kids, they hate working off the tee, but as you get older with us, that's where everyone starts. Go to college level, go to high school level, go to pro level. I'll start on the tee, do tee drills, high tee.
I like everything about that.
Keep them hands up.
And obviously Duke City Cages, the specialization in baseball and the hitting, you just mentioned the fielding and the practice that goes in. A lot of these athletes, multi-sport athletes,
We do.
Yeah.
So right now we have football going on. So we kind of catered around a couple teams. So they're more football oriented, but they're still playing games. So we want to make sure, they have time for other sports, not just baseball.
Love that.
Me growing up too, I played 3. It's a little different now because you get more specialized. But yeah.
And we've talked a lot about baseball today, but let's tune into a little bit of softball. How many softball teams are we working with?
So, we work we have Duke City Ice. They just came here. And one of my good friends who I went to high school with, it's crazy, Matt Martinez, he runs it. So we got about 8 of his teams working out of here on a nightly. You probably see them going around.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. And their swings are beautiful.
It's such a level swing in softball.
Yeah.
It's so because I get baseball, I get trying to lift the ball, I get launching and all that stuff. And the game of softball, which, by the way, my favorite sport to broadcast, super tight games. They're always super fast.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. But with that said, to watch a softball player not do the exact same swing 2 times in a row, you go, that's weird.
Yes.
You're only muscle memory.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How do you How are you teaching that to the young gals that come in here learning to play the game? Are there tricks? Are there bands? Are there repetitive? How do they?
Yeah, it's just repetitiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see their swing, kind of work around it. No swings alike. And me being an instructor, I don't want to change your swing to the point where you don't want to do it. Right? It's not all about me. It's about you.
Yeah.
So hey, let's work around it. Let's find a way.
Like everything about that.
Yep.
Joey Daly's joining us on the program, talking a lot about Duke City Cages, talking about youth baseball. How long has Duke City Cages been an entity now?
So it started the new ownership with Ryan, 2018.
Yeah.
Before that, it was before that. Before that, it was a couple years prior to that with a couple other owners.
Sure.
But since the main owner, Calvin, and Ryan, the GM, stepped in. So, yeah, ever since 2000, right before pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 years now.
Yeah.
6 years in this entity.
Yeah.
Where have some of these players that learned to play here, where have they gone? Where have they performed at? Have they hit those opportunities they were searching for?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So our high school program, we're still kind of developing that more as we go. But this year, out of our 18 class, I think we had five going to D1s.
Oh, great.
5 going to Saints JUCO, NIAA, and D1s, D2s. So yeah, we're getting there. Our high school guys are awesome.
Is there any education? Sorry to cut you off,
Yeah.
please. Is there any education on how it works at that level? So hey, real transparent here to baseball parent. Your kid is not going to get a full ride baseball scholarship. They're going to get a partial. They're going to get an academic. They're going to get something from the state. What kind of job do you do in smartening up families and parents and athletes on how to get there?
So kind of like at this group, I like the 14, 13s, we kind of want to educate that. It's hard to get a baseball scholarship.
Sure.
It's a full ride.
Yeah.
And they opened it up a little bit more this year with more scholarships, but that's just going to divide it out to more players to get more, quality players on the team. So they just need to understand that, right? Hopefully they can go play baseball as long as they can.
Yeah.
And then, for a very select few, we'll get to keep going.
Yeah. And keep your grade. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Keep your grades up.
Keep your grades up and, be a ball player. It's
Yeah.
one thing I teach, baseball is life lesson. Go a long way with it, right?
What age do you see a player and you're like, oh, he's going to be a dude?
Okay.
Yeah. What's the cutoff?
Like,
what was your cutoff, Jake, when you realized how garbage you were?
I think the moment I stepped on the field for the first time.
Yeah. Okay. So young, early.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, I was hanging out with our some of our 11-year-olds yesterday. Have a kid's never really played, and me and the other Ryan were like, that kid's gonna be it. We could already see it. He's a dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can just tell. Not saying some have it, don't have it. Some people have to work a lot harder at it, right?
Sure.
There's that natural things, and so yeah, any age, man.
On
11, 12, 13.
It's so because there's like a gift to it, right? There's a physical whatever,
Oh, yeah.
and some guys get there. But I'll be the first to see it because having worked in collegiate baseball and having worked around the places I have athletically, it's not necessarily the most gifted kid. It's the kid that commits the most. It's the kid that tries the hardest and makes those things where you end up finding a balance that you wouldn't naturally expect if it was just the Sandlot or whatever.
Oh yeah, the dudes. You can tell the guys putting in work.
It takes a lot of grit to play baseball and be good at it.
Sure.
The one that gets me is, and this is not the best comparison because it's basketball. Like the best guy you see hooping outside of the basketball court cannot play the same game inside officiated in a formal rule setting. I think there's some truth to that in baseball.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a lot, even from the, come to a club ball setting. It's a little different.
Yeah.
A little more pressure. A little more eyes on you.
Yeah.
Not saying, I love Little League,
Same.
I'm still involved in it myself.
Yeah.
That's not knocking that at all. But yeah, just a little more eyes on you. Like we always say, there's always someone watching, right?
Joey Daly, thank you for joining us. Anything we missed, brother?
Oh, man. Thanks for being here, guys.
Love everything about that. When we get back from the break, it's our I-9 varsity of
Mafia names.
Oh, I like that.
Mafia names. Tune in on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're live from Duke City Cages. It's our I-9 varsity, the I-9 varsity of
Mafia names.
League Office 280 at i9sports.com, 505-312-4999. Currently right now, flag football, soccer, baseball, the multi-sport discovery programs, cheerleading, that's the instructional program. Sign-ups are all available right now. League start in just 2 weeks. All right, boys, it's the I-9 varsity of Mafia names. Jake, you picked it. You started.
As the fellow Italian of the show, the first name I'm going to go with is from a Philadelphia crime family from about 5 years ago, Tony Meatballs. I love this name. I gave it this nickname to a fellow friend of mine, so shout out Tony Meatballs.
There are so many Italians, and especially Italian gangsters, with something meatballs as their name.
It's the best.
There's so many. It's like Smith.
If you don't like meatballs and you're Italian, you're out of luck.
Van?
First on my I-9 varsity of mobster names. We're going a different direction with this one. And obviously I do. Stringer Bell. His name rings out like nobody's business. In the gangster world, in the business world, in the political realm, Stringer Bell demands respect.
Okay.
That's a name that just couldn't do it both ways. Right?
Isaiah?
Tony Montana. Tony Montana. Tony Montana.
That one ready.
Okay. Yeah. Shout out Future.
Yes, Mr. Tony Montana. That was Future performing Tony Montana live at a 49ers football halftime show.
And at the playoffs.
Oh, it was a playoff game.
It was a playoff game.
I don't know if he edited his lyrics throughout there.
Oh,
but
he did.
Okay, good thing. Good thing.
Okay, love that.
Tony Montana, for those who didn't catch that one.
My turn?
Yes.
I ain't saying nothing.
I don't partake.
You ain't naming no names?
I ain't saying nothing.
You ain't naming no names?
You believe in the code of Omerta.
I ain't saying nothing. Jake?
I'm going to go with Jimmy Two Times from the hit movie Goodfellas. Did you get the papers? Did you get the papers? Where he repeats everything he says. I love that name. That's always going to be in my brain.
It's a good one. It's a pretty good one.
Jimmy Two Times.
It's a good one. It's a classic. Next on my I-9 varsity of mobster names, how about Bumpy Johnson?
Yeah.
You guys familiar with old Bumps?
Okay.
Harlem gangster.
That's
leader
it?
of the racketeering.
Shout out Forrest Whitaker.
Ran the numbers like nobody's business before your mafiosos came to town and stole his business.
He was trying to steal our business, okay? Harlem was ours.
Somebody kind of revolutionized the numbers.
Isaiah?
Give me Harry Wormwood.
Wormwood.
This is the dad on this is the dad of Matilda, who was clearly a mafia boss. You remember Matilda, the mean dad who just sat in the room, had the strong accent. You'll know him when you see him. Oh man, you guys aren't fresh on Matilda?
It's Danny DeVito driven.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Wrote and
was he
directed.
Italian?
His name's actually Danny
Danny
DeVito. Isn't that funny? His name is
Daniello Meatball DeVito. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, his real name is Danny DeVito.
Yeah, I ain't saying nothing.
You ain't no snitch?
Nah. You know, you ain't going to get it from me.
Okay.
You don't want no stitches.
I'm going with Giuseppe the Clutch Hand Morello.
Oh,
okay.
All right,
Okay,
Clutch
yeah.
Hand. This is sweet.
That's a real name from the 1800s. One of the OGs of this thing of ours, aka the Cosa Nostra.
How was his hand?
The clutch hand.
Okay, it was clutch. Got it.
Okay.
Clutch, baby.
What does that mean?
You don't want to know what he could do with just that clutch hand is.
Van?
Next on my I-9 varsity of mobster names, a name that rings out to this day. Almost every urban gangster movie was based on this legend. Next on my I-9 varsity, Frank Lucas.
Oh,
Frank Lucas. New Jack City was based on him.
Yeah.
American Gangster was based on him.
Yeah.
He is a dude.
Not so bad. Isaiah?
Give me John Gotti.
Whoa, the Teflon Don. We
Yeah.
don't like him.
Oh, we don't like him. Well,
He's the reason why the mafia is dead.
He's a big deal, though, isn't he? He's a big deal.
He's big because he killed the mafia. He did the one thing you're not supposed to do: talk.
Fred's not talking.
I'm gonna
Speak of the devil.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut right here. I'm gonna keep one's mouth shut right here.
Code of silence.
Mhm.
Omerta.
Don't know who's outside.
I'm not revealing a secret. Jake, final one.
I'm gonna go with somebody from the Gambino family here.
Okay, yeah.
We're gonna go with Albert, the Lord High Executioner, Anastasia.
That's that's a whole one.
Yeah, that's you get a whole sentence for your nickname.
Mm.
You're a legend of the
Okay.
game.
That's a
The Lord High Executioner. Not only does he execute, but the Lord permits it.
That's oh, okay. As I don't think that's accurate, but that's still a cool name.
Van?
Still a pretty cool name. How about Huey P. Newton, reformed gangster turned Black Panther revolutionary,
Yeah,
Really?
you know, not bad.
slain by our own government?
Most of them were.
Revolutionaries?
I couldn't decide.
Yeah.
Couldn't decide on my cleanup hitters, so I couldn't decide in between Huey and Detroit Red, who was reformed and became anybody?
White boy
Bueller?
Ricky.
Malcolm X.
Oh,
Reformed
Wow.
gangster Detroit Red
missed
became
that
Malcolm
one.
X.
dang it. I
That's
might
it.
as well disqualify myself
That's
after
okay.
missing that one.
Isaiah.
Van's a little more cultured on this segment.
Yeah.
Maybe just older.
Yeah. Give me new known podcaster, Michael Francesi.
Ooh.
Franzesi.
Okay.
Jake, you might have to
Francesi.
help me. Yeah,
Are you talking about
help me out. there,
Michael
Jake.
Francesca, who's on like one of the most popular sports broadcasters of all time out of New York.
That's the worst bet I've ever heard of.
Okay.
You mean in his role of Uncut Gems?
Oh, he was in that.
Yeah,
The thing
it's
about-
the best role ever.
The thing about Michael is, Jake, you might have to help me out here. I forgot what he said he had to do to get out of the mob, but he's got himself in a position where he doesn't go dropping names, but he's pretty open about a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. He actually had an interview with Piers Morgan.
Well, he's
If
a
you-
liar.
If you
Yeah,
don't,
I'll tell you this much. When it comes to stories like that, don't believe them.
not a lot of them at least.
If you see a guy going on YouTube or a podcast or an interview telling you stories about the good old days, don't believe it because
Well,
they're not going to incriminate themselves.
Of course. And the thing about him, though, he's actually got incriminated already. He got out of jail, and now he just talks about it. Like he's got the whole new man persona going, where he just openly talks about the past. But then the interviewers will ask him, like, "Aren't you worried
Oh
about
my
how
God.
much you're talking?" And he's like,
You don't
"Nah,
name names. It doesn't
If it
matter.
happens, it happens." And most of the names he'll drop, they're all dead. He says most of the guys that he was with are all gone. So
Yeah, if you catch a case and you don't snitch when you're done, you can just leave.
yeah, maybe that's how he got out. But
You know what's so funny? I had no idea you were talking about because I don't have your weird algorithm like you do. I thought you were talking about Mike Francesca, who was with Mad Dog Chris Russo all those years.
That is so funny.
you were
New York.
serious.
That is
I'm
so
dead
funny.
serious.
I'm talking about an Italian ex-mob.
No,
No, and I
this is a guy that goes on like Vlad TV.
on what?
Not Vlad. I don't think you went on Vlad.
Well, hold on.
did
You guys are inside joking. What is that? No one knows what that is.
Vlad TV. He's just like an interviewer on YouTube.
Yeah, no, this Michael guy, he's what's that big El Chapo movie that just dropped? He pops up in there.
Oh, he does, huh?
Oh, so he's an
Yeah.
actor too. So he's a
No,
storyteller and
not
an
his,
actor.
not his like his actual, but like somebody playing
His
him.
character.
Yeah, his
Okay.
character's in the movie.
Caricature.
Wild.
Well, I know we're tight on time, so I'm not giving you my last one.
Take that,
Jake Cassio,
Hi, Mom.
Isaiah back at the studio.
Deuce Vaughn.
Okay.
Remember the name.
What was the name of the linebacker that's getting cut? Van, final words.
Too much for the time allotted, my friend. Hell of a day here at Duke City Cages. Anything we didn't cover, check out tomorrow morning on the opening drive with Jeff and JJ.
Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you tomorrow.